fan fiction lore, just like some of the big ones and everything that goes down on Twitter, like in the fandom. And I'm like, what is Fridge Tricks? How am I gonna explain Fridge Tricks now? What is it? What is ever happening? Um, why do we have a roleplay account? I was explaining all the roleplay accounts to my roommate as I usually do, and I explained the whole thing about, "Oh my god, their tattoos have roleplay accounts now," and he was like, "You guys are bored as fuck." And I'm just like, "Eh, eh, we're just having fun." Polytrix fandom iceberg. I don't know if I'll be dedicated enough to make. Wait, actually doing it as an iceberg might be fun. Hmm. Because my plan was to like cover some of the like more like mainstream fan fictions and like how all those like have like a separate like space in the fandom. But iceberg might be fun. Already, I showed my doodle on the server in Orange Nation. In Orange Nation, where new mentions. Oh, I see. Sharing our where? Pretzel Roomy, hell yeah. Wait. So cute. So cute. Oh my god. That is so cute. Atlas. Oh my god. That is incredible. Um, I love everything about this. The world is on fire. This gives us the most of it. Mira! No, guys, Mira is ruining their sleep schedule for me. Oh my god. I'd be down to help you make. I don't even know for when I'm making it. It was supposed to be for like early November because we were gonna have a PowerPoint party, but I don't know when that's happening. The top of the iceberg is Ray is watching. Oh, it's so cute, Alice. I love it. And I have. Let me check these like final. Um, Reese is sending me the dog. It has been it has been mailed. Thank God. Um. Anyways, okay, I'm back. It's worth it. I want to see your reaction to my king queen girlfriend. Please. Well, bottom of the iceberg is the but that is not a milkweed space pick. I haven't read that one, so I know of it. I know of it. I've heard of it. Um, like some of those, uh, the citrus tree one, and like they found her in the dirt by the tree. I still haven't read it. Guys, I'm very bad at which is very funny and it's very ironic, but I'm actually very bad at reading fan fiction on my off time. It's so painful. I know. Also, Toss is here. Hi, Toss. I I might just start speaking in an Australian accent randomly now, because Jabba got to my head. Zin is on the YouTube. My TikTok broke, so I'm on the YouTube. I see. I refuse to read the one with the tree scene. I really want to read it simply because, like, of its fandom impact. The Australian is infecting us. I need to practice so I can make a podfic of that stupid little crackfic that Jabba made. Oh no, Cleor! It's crack cocaine. Yeah, I wanna record that so bad. I just need to find a time when it's like silent, nice and silent, and I can actually do it. And I hopefully have a better voice. Mira's like, hey boss. Yeah, I'm so happy with the new roleplay accounts. Please don't explode. Please don't disappear like you did last time. But I've been loving the interactions. They're so cute. And I think you guys are doing a great job. I think you guys are so, so fun. Please continue. Your voice is amazing, Arnie. Thank you. I didn't mean it like I don't have a good voice. I don't know, like you'll probably notice it when I'm trying to do the Zoe voices, but my high register is kind of struggling right now. So yeah, I want to be able to have a good voice. I still have to stop myself from saying Carcane on a daily basis. It's become a vocal stem. It's a really fun vocal stem. Look in Orange Nation. What happened in Orange Nation again? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What are you guys? Oh god, Jabba really got to my head. I'm not gonna be able to stop. It's so painful. It's so painful. It's so painful. What? Why did that do that? Why did it do that? That's really okay. Um, I'm guessing it's painful. I'm guessing it's. Why did you sound British? POV the mugs realizing they can think it's so painful. It's so painful. Okay, guys, I'll again. It's already 7:12. I don't want to yap too much again because we have 16,000 words to get there. I think, which is again actually better than the last few ones. I hate school. It makes me miss all these lives. I'm sorry, Spider. No, yap more. I just start speaking in an Australian accent. It's 11:12 p.m. Guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. Okay, chapter 23. No. Why am I on chapter 23? I'm on chapter 37. I haven't even set it up properly. I'm reading to company, but they want a crowd. Girl, it's literally 1 a.m. I have nothing. I'm reading Two's Company, but they want a crowd. Chapter 37, Fun in the Sun. This is the beach chapter. Summary is beach episode. I'm so excited. Artie, why are you reading that chapter? I'm not rereading a chapter, guys. I don't know which chapter I started reading with. What was my first chapter? I don't know. It was definitely it was the one. It might have been Out of Your Shell. Yeah, that might have been my first ever live I ever did when I had like 7 viewers. And then I didn't do chapter 24 because we know what happened in chapter 24 and I was like, "No, I am doing that on live." Two's Company, wink, that one Sabrina Carpenter image. Yeah, it was like 3 people. 7 was the highest it got. 7 people was the highest number we had, and Danny was there. But it was more like 3 people, yeah. But yeah, this is chapter 37. And now we're here. Zoe woke up feeling warm. Guys, why are we warm again? Why are we warm again? I'm just joking. That's when I discovered you are already not gonna lie. Oh my god. Warm! Warm! Zoe woke up feeling warm. Not blanket warm, body warm. The kind of warmth that came from skin and heartbeat and quiet breathing. The kind that seeps into your bones, soft and heavy, like it's trying to tell you, stay. She loved it, craved it, missed it. Her lashes fluttered open to a soft blur of morning light, and the steady weight pressed against her chest. Mira was curled up close, too close, really, arms looped around Zoe's waist, face buried against her collarbone like she was trying to merge into her. For a second, Zoe just stared. Mira's hair was a little messy, strands tickling her chin, her breathing slow and even. The covers had half slid off the bed, pulled at Zoe's side like they'd lost the war against Mira's clinginess sometime during the night. Typical. She tried to move, just a little, but Mira's hold tightened immediately, a sleepy little whine slipping out of her throat. Zoe froze, then smiled helplessly. Ever since they gotten back, Mira had been different, softer, clingier even, and that was saying something because Zoe had always been the clingy one. Mira was usually the composed one, the one who'd grown when Zoe latched onto her like a koala. But now, Mira had outclung the clingmaster herself. Zoe wiggled a little. Mira? She tried again to peel herself away, doing it slow and careful, but Mira made a small, sleepy noise and tugged her closer. Don't. A muffled voice answered against her neck. The word came out low and drowsy, half a command, half a plea. Zoe rolled her eyes, but her heart melted anyway. She pressed a few lazy kisses against Mira's shoulder, her lips brushing warm skin. Need to go pee. Just don't, Mira muttered into the pillow. That earned a laugh. Zoe brushed her fingers through Mira's hair, tucking a few strands behind her ear. Mira, I'm literally gonna explode. There was a pause, followed by a long, dramatic groan. Then Mira loosened her arms and curled into herself. Fine, you hate me then. Zoe snorted. Because I have to go pee? Yes. Tragic. She leaned down and pressed a kiss to Mira's head before slipping out of bed, stretching her arms above her head. By the time she padded back from the bathroom, Mira was still in the same spot, tangled in sheets, one arm flopped dramatically across her face. Zoe smiled at the sight, shaking her head before heading for the kitchen. The smell of the kettle warming and the faint clink of a mug reached her before she saw Rumi. She stood by the stove, hair slightly mussed, the sleeves of her pajama shirt pushed up as she waited for the water to boil. The morning light spilled through the blinds, cutting soft lines across her face. Rumi's head was tilted down, eyes unfocused, somewhere far away. Zoe leaned against the doorframe for a second, just watching. The quiet hum of the apartment, the gentle steam curling upward. It felt safe. Morn- Morning, she said finally. Rumi jumped, shoulders tensing before she turned around, blinking rapidly. Her expression softened when she saw who it was. Oh, hi, good morning. Zoe pushed off the doorframe and walked over, her grin sleepy but warm. Without a second thought, she slipped her arms around Rumi, tucking her face into the crook of her neck. For half a second, Rumi froze, then melted into the touch, arms wrapping around Zoe in that easy, practiced rhythm. They swayed gently in place, breathing in sync. The faint scent of tea leaves and detergent lingered in the air, warm and domestic. For a long moment, neither said a word. Zoe rested her chin on Rumi's shoulder, feeling her pulse thrum beneath her palm, steady and grounding. The soft rise and fall of her breathing brushed against Zoe's collarbone, and for a brief, selfish second, she wanted she wanted time to stop right there. Mira's not up? Rumi murmured against her. Zoe shook her head, words muffled against her skin. Not yet. She tried to trap me in bed again. That earned a soft hum of amusement. That sounds like her. Zoe smiled into her shoulder, the curve of her lips hidden against Rumi's skin. After a moment, she pulled back just enough to ruffle her hair, grinning when Rumi made a quiet noise of protest. Is that what you're going to do in the morning now? She asked, laughing under her breath. Maybe. You've got really soft hair. It's like therapy. Rumi rolled her eyes, but her cheeks went pink. It feels so light now. It's kind of weird, actually. Tilting her head, Zoe caught one of the shorter strands between her fingers, twisting it idly. Makes sense. It was long before, had to be heavy. Yeah, Rumi said with a small laugh, resting her head back against Zoe's shoulder. Oh, don't get me started. I swear I could feel wind resistance whenever I ran. Zoe chuckled quietly, her smile softening as she looked down at her. You look good, though. Rumi blinked, caught off guard by the sincerity in her tone. Yeah? Yeah, she repeated quietly. The kettle began to whistle behind them, but neither made a move. Zoe just tightened her hold, soaking in the moment, the warmth, the quiet, the peace. The kind of morning she used to daydream about when everything around her was chaos. It felt like home. Zoe cupped Rumi's face, fingers fitting perfectly along her jaw, thumbs brushing over her cheeks before she squished them gently together. There was no protest from Rumi, just blinked at her with that soft, patient smile that made Zoe's chest ache a little. God, you're cute, Zoe murmured, voice all airy affection before she leaned in and pressed a kiss to her lips. Rumi's smile bloomed against her mouth, the kind that you could feel more than see. She kissed back easily, arms looping around Zoe's shoulders, pulling her closer until there was no space left between them. Zoe's hand slipped down to her waist, feeling the warmth through her shirt, the little tremor of laughter that ran through Rumi's body. It was slow at first, steady, unhurried. Rumi kissed her like she was memorizing something she'd been missing, savoring it the way you'd hold onto a song you never want to end. Zoe melted into it, a smile tugging at her lips mid kiss because this was so them, awkward, tender, still finding their rhythm, but already completely lost in it. When Rumi hummed in contentment, Zoe swore she could feel it vibrate straight into her chest. Then came the part where she forgot how to breathe. Rumi didn't pull away. If anything, she chased after her, pressing closer when Zoe tried to lean back for air. Mm. Mm. Zoe managed between muffled laughter, finally breaking the kiss to gasp, Rumi! That snapped Rumi out of it. She blinked, eyes wide, the color rushing to her cheeks so fast, Zoe almost felt bad for laughing. Almost. Sorry, sorry, Rumi stammered, shoulders curling in like they could hide from the embarrassment. Zoe squinted at her, trying and failing to look stern. Were you trying to kill me or something? Rumi's pout deepened, adorably stubborn. Before Zoe could step back again, she was tugged right back into her arms. I just like kissing you. God forbid a girl wants to kiss her girlfriend for a long time. The glare Zoe attempted didn't last more than a second before her grin took over. God forbid you almost asphyxiate your girlfriend in the process. I could live with that, Rumi murmured, nuzzling into her shoulder. That earned a bark of laughter. If you want to kiss for that long, maybe I should go wake Mira. I know she'd be down. Exactly as expected, Rumi's head snapped up, horror flashing across her face. No, I think I'm good. Not that long. Her grip tightened around Zoe's waist, muttering into her shirt. Every time you kiss her, it turns into a makeout session for hours. Zoe shuddered dramatically, hand holding her mouth. Don't remind me. I mean, we know what happened in the last chapter. We know what happened in the last. Hi, Rumi. Hi, Rumi. Hello. So we got Rumi and Mira over here. Hello. 2 hours later. Hello. Oh. Oh, that made them both dissolve into giggles, the kind that started soft and rolled into something lighter, freer. Zoe leaned in, brushing her nose against Rumi's before kissing her again. Gentle this time, deliberate, the kind of kiss meant to say everything words couldn't. I love you. Rumi smiled against her lips, pressing their foreheads together. I love you more. And Zoe, well, she didn't say anything to that, because if she opened her mouth, she might say something sappy like, I missed you more than breathing. So she just stayed there instead, nose to nose, swaying lightly in Rumi's arms while the kettle hummed quietly behind them. The world felt small again, manageable, safe. After a long moment, Zoe finally whispered, You planning to make something with that tea? Rumi blinked, following Zoe's gaze toward the kettle still sitting on the stove. I was thinking about it, but her voice trailed off, distracted, like she wasn't entirely sure what she'd been doing before Zoe walked in. Zoe smiled, bumping her shoulder lightly against Rumi's. Wanna make something? For Mira? That earned a small tilt of Rumi's head, curious, patient, waiting for Zoe to elaborate in that way she always did when she wasn't sure where Zoe's brain was headed, but trusted it anyway. We could do like Zoe snapped her fingers as the idea clicked, energy buzzing up her spine. Breakfast in bed! Her grin grew instantly. Yeah, breakfast in bed. Cute, right? Rumi's face brightened like she'd just been handed sunshine. That sounds good. Something in Zoe softened at the sight. She loved that. How easy it was to make Rumi's eyes light up. How quickly she matched Zoe's excitement, even for something as small and silly as breakfast. Okay, then. Zoe rubbed her hands together, already scanning the kitchen like it was a mission briefing. We'll make it perfect. She deserves something nice. Rumi smiled at that, gentle and fond. Yeah, she does. Perfect, Zoe said, already unlocking her phone and typing something into the search bar. Let's find something easy but fancy. Maybe pancakes? Or, ooh, something with eggs? She likes eggs. As she scrolled through the recipes, Zoe glanced at Rumi out of the corner of her eye. The girl's focus had softened, watching Zoe instead of the screen, expression almost reverent. Cooking was kind of a sore spot now between the three of them. The last time they'd stood side by side in a kitchen, things had fallen apart so fast, Zoe still winced when she thought about it. Don't even remind me. Don't even remind me right now. I don't need that. I don't need to be reminded of that actually. I am actually very happy with with how they are right now. It's okay. We're here. We're here. No need to be reminded of that. Okay. She shook her head. No. New day, new start. Then, mid scroll, she froze, an awful realization dawning. Zoe groaned, dragging a hand down her face dramatically. Rumi blinked, confused. What? She sighed dramatically, then looked at Rumi with the most mournful expression imaginable. You cut your hair. Rumi frowned, still confused. Yeah? Zoe slumped forward, pouting like she'd been personally wronged. She ran a hand through Rumi's short hair. You cut your hair before I got to pull your braid like a leash during sex? Oh my god! Zoe! Zoe! Girl! Oh my god! Okay. Rumi choked on air. Zoe! Unfazed, Zoe tilted her head, all mock innocence. What? You don't like hair pulling? Zoe! She just leaned closer, dropping her head lazily against Rumi's shoulder, voice all mock disappointment. You should have waited until I got to live out my fantasy first. Rumi gawked at her. How was I supposed to know that? She sputtered, voice cracking halfway through. Everyone sending pickle emojis. Oh my god. Zoe sighed again, long and dramatic. Girlfriend telepathy. You're supposed to sense these things. Rumi Rumi let out a strangled sound somewhere between a sigh and a groan, pressing her palms over her face. You're ridiculous. They stood there for a second, the room quiet except for the soft hum of the kettle in the background. Zoe could feel the heat radiating off Rumi's skin, whether from embarrassment or something else, she wasn't sure. Zoe is a menace in the bedroom. I can tell, Mir. I can tell. I can tell. Oh, sorry. I laughed to my chest. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh. Oh. With also, as she should be. Zoe's a freak. Mhm. Oh god. Then Rumi mumbled something so quiet, Zoe almost didn't catch it. I mean, it's not like you can't pull my hair now. Zoe's head shot up immediately. Rumi? Rumi's face went from pink to scarlet, her voice tripping over itself. What? I'm just saying, she muttered, voice an octave too high. I wouldn't be opposed to it. God. Listen. And who can blame her? Oh my god. Oh god. Zoe blinked at her once, twice, her brain doing a hard reboot. Oh, that was new. Her lips twitched into a grin she couldn't stop. You realize what you just said, right? Hiding her face in her hands again. Forget I said anything. Nope, too late, Zoe sing-songed, leaning close again, grinning like a menace. You can't drop that and expect me not to remember. Zoe, Rumi. Rumi peeked at her through her fingers, cheeks still scarlet. Zoe couldn't help it. She reached up and brushed her thumb across Rumi's jaw, still smiling, but softer now. God, you're so cute when you're flustered, she murmured, and Rumi made a small whine in protest before melting right into her touch. Rumi groaned. Please stop talking. Zoe only laughed, wrapping her arms around her from behind again, still grinning against her ear. You know, you say that, but your ears are so red right now. Zoe! Okay, okay, fine, she giggled, pressing a quick kiss to Rumi's cheek. But for the record, short hair or not, I'm definitely testing that theory one of these days. Rumi made another strangled noise that only made Zoe laugh harder. Water break for multiple reasons. Do you think Zoe would want to be choked by Rumi's hair? I mean, think about it. It's long enough. I mean, right now it's like this long. I don't think it's. So you are going to short circuit, trying to multitask and write the next chapter and listen, but I just end up listening. Not me keeping Toss from writing the smut chapter. Not me keeping Toss from writing what we want. Girl, if you need to mute me or lower me, that's fine. Like I do not mind. Me and Toss both writing bottom mirror right now. Everyone writing bottom mirror. Oh my god. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh. I saw the whole like Megan be like, "Oh, I'm gonna write bottom mirror on Toss and Devo's life." Everyone starts putting each other's lives on the line. Hey, girl. Hey, Aaron. We suffer together, love. I'm literally writing an essay and listening, and I keep typing when I'm hearing. Lauren, how do you guys multitask like that? I cannot do that. I cannot read something or write something when I'm listening to something. It doesn't work. Oh shit, oh shit, y'all, shit, fuck, shit, y'all. Uh oh. Guys, I might go. I might pull an Artie again because I can't find my charger. Fuck. Shit, where's my charger? Shit! Fuck! Y'all, be prepared. Where's my charger? The fuck? Where'd my charger go? No. charger. Don't kill us. Okay, no, y'all. No, y'all. Is that fuck. Come out. Oh my god. Me struggling right now. Okay, are we? No, it's not charging. It's not charging. Where's my fucking charger? Oh shit, here it is. Shit. Guys, go Artie, go. Oh, shit. Are we back? Are we back? Okay. We're not dead. Okay, I was at 1%. I was at 1%. I see the lights. It was like under all my clothes. My room is a mess right now, y'all. I don't feel like cleaning it up because I've been so tired. But yeah. Why did this give me Mira flashbacks? Hello? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? LMFAO? I got to clip it this time. Hell yeah! Oh, I bet that was a funny clip. Wait. Round of applause. I can't have either of y'all dying on me. Girl, you're flushed. Do you need a fan? Probably. I'm gonna use my sheet music. I don't have like a proper fan. I need a fan. The sweat on gasping and anxiety-induced chuckles are so real. Ooh, okay. Hello. Why is everyone freaking out? What did you do, Artie? I almost killed the live. I almost did it. I almost pulled an Artie. Oh. Check my Twitter, Artie. Tell's already posting on Twitter. Oh my god. I was at 1%. I noticed it at 1% and I was like, shit. Oh my god. Toss, your gift collection is incredible. It needs to be studied. It's so good. I'm dying. Wait, Artie, I deleted Twitter. I need to see. Pull it up. Wait, it's just all out. Oh, Jamie, man, I'm late to the live. Oh my god, it's the wait, not that. Artie with her phone at 2%. Wait, I'll also repost that. But this was Toss's. Artie finding her charger. That's the time. Ooh. You're so good. I just freaked out. Breathe, woman. I'm trying. Okay, I'm better now. I'm actually so much better. Okay. This Jamie is not that Jamie, Wendy. I cast manual breathing. My friend and I are collaboratively writing polytricks right now, real as hell. I'm so glad I got it this time because I was talking to my mate about the last time this happened. This would have been the 4th time, but I'm glad it didn't happen. Let's get back to the chapter, y'all. Cade, what is wrong with you? Cade, go away if you're gonna do that. Cade, why? This is the 4th time. Yes. Okay, I'll keep going, y'all. Rumi pushed open the bedroom door, holding it steady so Zoe could slip in with the tray balanced carefully between her hands. The bed was neatly made, but empty. and the bathroom light glowed faintly from behind the cracked door, the faint sound of running water giving Mira away. Zoe set the tray down on the bed, rubbing her palms together as a small puff of steam rose from the food. It smelled heavenly. The hot dog had turned out way better than she expected, golden brown and just the right amount of chewy, paired with a fried egg on the side, Mira's favorite, sunny side up with crispy edges, some fresh strawberries for sweetness, and a steaming cup of boricha tea. For a moment, Zoe just looked at it all, the neatly plated food. Oh, God. The neatly plated food, the soft morning light spilling through the window, the quiet hum of a house that finally felt peaceful again and felt her chest tighten in the nicest way. Rumi stepped beside her, shoulder brushing Zoe's, eyes soft as she looked down to admire their handiwork. "We did good?" she asked softly. Zoe turned her head, bumping her cheek lightly against Rumi's. "We did," she said, smiling, then glanced towards the bathroom door as it creaked open. Mira stepped out, her hair damp and curling slightly at the ends. Nimbus padded after her, tail flicking like he was escorting her personally. Zoe had to bite back a laugh. The cat never let her get out of his sight anymore. She blinked when she spotted them, two grinning idiots standing by the bed, and froze for half a second. "Morning," she said, voice still a little groggy. "Good morning," Rumi said, voice soft but warm. "We made breakfast for you." She pointed toward the tray like it was evidence. "Well, also us, but it's mainly for you." Zoe watched the moment Mira's gaze landed on the food, how her eyes widened slightly, then softened, her expression flickering through a dozen tiny emotions before settling on something small and fragile. The tiny scrunch of her face came next, and Zoe's heart did that stupid ache again. That look. Mira always did that when she was trying not to cry. The little twitch of her nose, the half smile that trembled just a bit. Say anything. Mira crossed the room and wrapped both of them in a hug, tight and sudden. "Thank you," she murmured against their shoulders. "You didn't have to." Zoe hugged her back immediately, chin resting against Mira's head. "She smells like coconut. God, I miss that smell." "We wanted to," Zoe said softly, giving her a little squeeze, her way of saying, "You deserve to be cared for too." There was something grounding about holding Mira again, feeling her warmth, hearing her voice still rough from sleep. It hit Zoe just how much she'd missed this version of them. The easy mornings, the laughter, the quiet understanding that always came to them like second nature. "Okay," she said finally, pulling back with a sniff. "But can we please eat now? I'm starving." Rumi laughed. "Fair. I was about to start eating your share anyway." They all piled onto the bed, Mira cross legged in the middle, Rumi beside her, Zoe already stealing a bite. The first bite made her groan out loud. "Oh my god," she mumbled around the food. "I can't tell if it actually tastes good or if I'm just hungry and biased." Oh, was that Zoe? That was Zoe. Sorry. "Oh my god, I can tell if it actually tastes good or I'm just hungry and biased." "It's good," Mira said immediately, her voice muffled as she popped a strawberry into her mouth and made a small, pleased hum. Zoe grinned at that because Mira didn't fake compliments when it came to food. That was as high as praise got. Nimbus naturally chose that moment to jump onto the bed, his tiny paws sinking into the blanket as he sniffed curiously at the plate. He leaned in daringly, little teeth ready to nip at a piece of pancake. Mira placed her hand between him and the food, giving him a firm look. "No." Nimbus meowed indignantly, trying to sneak around her fingers to get a bite anyway. Zoe couldn't stop her laugh this time, her voice full of amusement. "Just give him a tiny piece, Mira." Mira shot her a look. You're spoiling him. Just just give him a tiny piece, Mir. Zoe laughed. He's basically part of the group breakfast at this point. Nimbus meowed in agreement, tail flicking in triumph. Rumi snorted into her tea, and Mira sighed, but Zoe caught the corner of her mouth, tugging upward. Fine, Mira grumbled, feeding Nimbus a tiny piece of pancake that he happily chomped down on. But when he comes back, I'm leading him toward you. Zoe grinned, stuffing another piece of pancake into her mouth and letting out a pleased little hum. That's fair. He probably likes me better anyway. Mira gave her a deadpan look. Nimbus chirped as if to confirm it. Across from her, Rumi plucked up a strawberry, biting into it with a soft hum that made Zoe's attention drift toward her without meaning to, catching the way her lips glistened faintly from the juice, her lashes half lowered. She chewed thoughtfully, eyes flicking to Zoe, and then she tilted her head slightly. Zoe, she said softly, you got a little something. Zoe blinked. Huh? Rumi motioned toward the corner of her mouth. Right here. Her hand lifted halfway, then paused in the air. She hesitated, just long enough for Zoe to notice the question in her eyes. It was such a small, tender look, like she was silently asking, Is this okay? Zoe blinked, a little dazed, then nodded. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Rumi leaned forward, brushing her thumb gently over Zoe's lips. It was a slow, careful swipe, too slow for something so simple. She swallowed the rest of her pancake with effort. God, she was not going to choke right now. Rumi's thumb lingered for a second longer than it needed to, tracing the curve of Zoe's mouth before pulling back, thumb glistening with syrup. Her pulse skipped. It wasn't even that intimate of a touch, but it felt like her entire body suddenly remembered how to feel things all at once. She barely had time to process the way Rumi's cheeks were starting to pink before Mira leaned forward, quiet, deliberate, and took Rumi's thumb into her mouth. Okay, cool, cool, cool. The sound Rumi made was small and startled, almost a squeak. Zoe's brain stopped functioning for a full 3 seconds. In front of my pancakes? No, no, no. In front of my hot dog. In front of my hot dog. Ooh. Her girlfriend, her other girlfriend, was currently sucking syrup off Rumi's thumb like it was the most casual thing in the world. Rumi's breath hitched audibly. Her face went bright red, her eyes wide as she stared at Mira like she'd just been short circuited. Zoe couldn't even blame her. If Mira's tongue did that to her too, she'd be out of commission for the rest of the morning. Mira released her with a quiet pop, licking a stray bit of syrup from her lips before leaning back and picking up her fork again like nothing had happened. Sweet, she murmured simply, returning to her food. Zoe just stared, eyes wide, pancake halfway to her mouth. You know, she started slowly, trying to sound normal. There were napkins right here, right? Mira didn't even glance up. My mouth's more diligent than a napkin, she said matter of factly. What is ZC saying? um, Zoe blinked. Zoe blinked. You. What? She stopped herself mid sentence because honestly, she had no follow up for that. Her brain was actually fried. She was being a menace this morning, like actual menace level chaos. Zoe didn't know if it was confidence, mischief, or some new phase of Mira's affection she wasn't emotionally prepared for. But there was definitely something different in the air. And Rumi, poor Rumi, who was still sitting there with her thumb hovering midair, face red as a cherry, looking like she just witnessed the end of the world in high definition. Right, Rumi said finally, voice a touch higher than usual. Anyway, I've been meaning to ask you guys something. Zoe blinked, trying to pull herself together. Uh-huh. Rumi tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear, glancing between them. Would you be interested in going to the beach this weekend? My aunt offered her beach house villa, said she hasn't been there in a while, so it's free for us to use. There was a pause. Zoe's brain needed a full second to switch gears from thumb-sucking incident to beach trip. Beach? She echoed, like she hadn't heard that word in years. Beside her, Mira mirrored her tone perfectly. Beach. Something about the word seemed to ripple through them like a collective realization. The three of them locked eyes, and in that instant, Zoe could already see the possibilities. Swimsuits, sunscreen, sand between their toes, building sandcastles together. Is that a yes? Rumi asked, suddenly nervous under their twin stares. Yes! They both shouted in perfect unison. Rumi blinked, surprised by their enthusiasm, before smiling shyly. Grin dimming, Zoe leaned forward slightly, feeling a bit wary. Wait, your aunt's just letting us use her villa? That's insanely nice. Why? Rumi hesitated, her tone softening. She said she thinks we deserve a break, and she trailed off for a few seconds, glancing toward Mira. She felt bad that she still hasn't found the person who stabbed you. She's been trying to pull some strings with her contacts, but still nothing yet. The air shifted, just slightly. Zoe caught the flicker in Mira's eyes before Rumi quickly added, she said maybe some sea air and quiet would help us all reset. Well, I'm not about to argue with that, Zoe muttered after a moment. Mira nodded quietly, her voice low but sincere. Neither am I. After everything they'd been through, the idea of a beach trip, a simple, sunny, normal weekend together, felt almost too good to be real. Maybe this was what peace looked like. Oh, God. Oh, I absolutely have no doubt of that. What are I take pride in my mouth work. Oh my god. um Wait, was ZC saying something? Wait, Bibians. Right in front of my Holman chicken strips. Oh god. Cheese said bye. Oh, damn. Bye, cheese. Yes, we believe you. I know that's right. Okay, I realized I forgot to turn off the lights and I don't want more electricity bills. I'm gonna turn off the lights over here. Our electricity and Wi-Fi bills have been like insanely high recently, so I'm like, I need to turn off unused lights. Cheese went night night. Good for cheese. It's late over there. Hi Nats. We can talk. My DMs are open. Okay. Rumi slid the key into the lock and twisted until it clicked. The door gave way with a soft creak, and a breath of ocean air swept in. Salt, warmth, and something faintly citrus from the open windows. This villa was beautiful. Warm light immediately spilled through the wide entryway, catching on polished wood floors and soft beige walls. Everything felt open, the kind of space that invited you to breathe a little deeper. It was cozy, but elegant. There were soft cream colored couches facing a widescreen TV, wicker chairs scattered near the corners, a few framed photos of and seashell hung neatly on the walls. There were floor to ceiling windows that flooded the entire room with sunlight. Pale curtains fluttered gently with the wind, carrying in the sound of waves from somewhere nearby. Everything about it felt calm, like the world outside had slowed down just for them. Whoa, Zoe breathed, stepping past her with wide eyes. Before Rumi could even comment, Zoe's gasp echoed down the hall. Is that a pool? Oh my god, it is a pool! She watched as she darted over to the glass sliding doors, pressing her face against them like an excited kid, palms smudging the glass. Her grin was so wide it made Rumi's chest ache a little. That kind of simple, unfiltered joy Zoe always seemed to radiate. Yup, I'm spending every second in there, Zoe declared with all the awe and conviction of a child who'd just seen Disneyland for the first time. Why? Mira asked, crossing her arms as she stepped in behind them. There's a beach literally a walk away. Zoe spun around, looking scandalized. Beaches and pools coexist, Mira. You can't pick one. There's a balance. You want water without salt and sand up your ass? Pool. You want waves, exfoliation, and to build a sandcastle empire? Beach. Rumi couldn't help it. She laughed, the sound light and genuine. She's not wrong. Mira rolled her eyes fondly and looked around some more. This place is clean, she muttered after a moment, walking along the living room and brushing her fingers over the furniture. You sure your aunt you sure your aunt Rumi shrugged, setting her bag down on the counter. She said she hasn't been here in a few months, but she drops by sometimes to keep it tidy. Mira hummed thoughtfully, glancing around again. "Well, I guess your aunt just went from evil to not that evil in my books." Fair, Rumi said softly, smiling as she leaned a little against her shoulder. Mira didn't move away. Then Zoe turned, practically vibrating. Can we go to the beach right now? Please, please, please. Her eyes were wide and pleading, like an overgrown puppy. Rumi laughed, the sound light and unguarded. Well, that's what we're here for, aren't we? Her grin was blinding. Yes! She grabbed her bag and bolted upstairs. Let's get changed already! Mira sighed, though she was smiling too. She's going to trip one of these days. Probably, Rumi said, laughing under her breath as she followed. Thank you. Upstairs was just as beautiful. White walls, airy rooms, clean sheets that hadn't been touched for a while. There were 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, but Rumi already knew they'd all end up sharing one room anyway. It wasn't even a question. Still, old habits were hard to shake. Rumi slipped into one of the guest rooms to change. It wasn't modesty, not really, more like instinct. Even after everything, some small part of her still felt a little nervous about being seen. She set her bag on the bed and started digging through it. Her fingers brushed the fabric she'd carefully folded the night before. A new swimsuit, her first real one. Rumi pulled it out, holding it up. A long sleeve rash guard, black with soft blue sleeves patterned with delicate leaf designs. That's banger. Paired with paired with simple black swim shorts. It was practical, modest, but still kind of cute. She'd spent too long deciding on it. Far too long, really. Half an hour scrolling through options, imagining what Zoe or Mira might say, before finally admitting she just wanted something that made her feel comfortable. She was fine with them seeing her. God knew they'd seen plenty. But in public, with other people around, the idea made her stomach twist. Less skin on display meant fewer eyes to notice, to overthink. Still, something smaller, something she told herself she'd only wear if it was just the 3 of them. At the pool, maybe, where no one else could. Rumi, are you ready yet? Zoe's voice echoed from down the hall, bright and impatient. Give me a second, Rumi called back, tugging her zipper all the way up and smoothing the front of her rash guard with trembling fingers. She took one last look in the mirror. Okay, fine. She didn't look bad. A little stiff, maybe, but it suited her. Then she grabbed her towel and stepped out into the hallway. Voices drifted from a nearby room. The door cracked open. Zoe's laugh, Mira's low hum in reply. Rumi's pulse quickened as she walked closer, something about the easy domestic rhythm of their voices pulling her in. When she nudged the door open, the scene hit her all at once. Zoe stood behind, tying the strings of Mira's bikini top, while sunlight poured through the balcony window, laying gold others, tracing the soft curve of her back. The black stitched sharply against her smooth skin. Rumi forgot how to breathe. God, had she always been this beautiful? Yes. Her mouth parted before she even realized it, eyes tracing the slope, the length of her legs, the faint dip of muscle at her stomach. She blinked hard, dragging her gaze up, but that only made Sarah was looking over her shoulder now, caught her in the act, and the faint smirk that curved her mouth did terrible, fluttering things to Rumi's chest. It hit her then how long it had been. Too long since she'd been close to anyone, since warmth and touch and want had tangled up like this. And now Mira was just there, all sun-warmed skin and quiet confidence that every muscle in Rumi's bodies that made at once. No, like a live wire. Her heart thudded painfully fast. She swallowed, forcing herself to move, trying to look anywhere but at Mira's body as she stepped further inside, only to be hit by a new problem. Zoe! Her suit was more playful, bluish green, like sea glass. The bikini top chest, the color making her eyes seem even brighter. Her swim trunks were patterned with tiny turtles and waves that made Rumi's heart squeeze. She could see the faint freckles dusting Zoe's shoulders and the back of her thighs, the ones she'd kissed 1,000 times, but somehow had forgotten the exact shape of until now. Zoe teased, a grin. Rumi jolted, blinking too fast. You guys, her words tangled and died somewhere. Mira chuckled, that low, smoky sound that never failed to make Rumi's skin heat. Relax, she said, still watching her through the mirror. How many times do we have to tell you you're allowed to look, Rumi? Right, she was. They were all together. It was supposed to be weird. Right, Rumi managed, nodding way too quickly. Then you two look great. Hot, so hot. Like, wow, really? Zoe snorted and stepped her before Rumi could bury herself in embarrassment. She looped her arms around Rumi's and leaned in, pressing close enough that Rumi could feel the warmth of her skin, even through the fabric of her rash guard. Thank you, Zoe grinned, tilting her head up at her. I love yours. Rumi nodded dumbly, her brain short circuiting again, because all she could think about was Zoe's chest pressed against her arm and how soft she felt and how close she suddenly was. Her throat went dry. Mira, meanwhile, was watching the entire a knowing smirk as she tied off her ponytail. Cute, she murmured. And just like that, Rumi forgot every coherent thought she'd ever had. Her two girlfriends, sunlight on their skin, the sea waiting outside. She could already tell this trip was going to destroy her in the best way possible. Rumi, at least you're in heaven for real. Sometimes it feels like I'm committing a crime. No, really. I'm in a constant battle every day surviving when it comes to that. Double whammy. Thoughts are overrated, honestly. I'm actually gonna open my door. I know I keep getting up, but it is so hot in this damn room that I'm in. So fucking hot in this fuck ass room that I'm in. I love your reactions. Thank you. I volunteer as tribute. Zin is so fun. Parents, me want more lesbians. Wait, what happened? Ayo. I know it always takes me a while to catch up with YouTube comments because I never look because it's like covered by my like screen share. Oh, so I forgot. Um, but I appreciate y'all. I love how innocent Rumi acts when she is just as freaky as me or so. No, like no, real as hell. She's just like me. My name in our Discord is our flustered flirty mama. So she is just like me actually. Mira, stop. Whatever could you mean? Okay, let's keep going. See, Rumi is just as freaky. She just hasn't realized it yet. I think she knows. I think she has. I think she's just no. It is the perfect name for me, Danny. I'd break. I've done this so many times. The sand was hot enough to sting through her flip. I still don't know the cucumber slash pickle thing. Does that come up later? Because I saw that image on Toss's Twitter and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm excited to find out. Yes. Pickle, 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 pickle emoji. Pickle. Oh, you are going to find out soon. Oh, cool. Pickle, pickle, pickle. Oh, thanks, Danny. The sand was hot enough to sting through her flip flops, each step sinking a little, the grain soft and blindingly pale under the sun. Rumi squinted toward the water. The whole beach shimmered with movement, kids screaming as they chased waves, a faint radio playing something upbeat, the salty breeze lifting her hair and sticking it to her sunscreened neck. Mira walked ahead, her ponytail swaying, a cooler in one hand and a folded lounge chair in the other. She looked at ease here, like she'd done this 100 times before. Zoe, on the other hand, was already juggling a bright umbrella and a bag full of toys, tiny buckets, plastic shovels, a pair of neon goggles she insisted were essential. When Mira stopped at a clear patch a few yards away from the water, she pressed the chair into the sand and set the cooler beside it. Zoe immediately started setting up, stabbing the umbrella into the ground. This spot's perfect, Mira said, brushing her palms together. Obviously, Zoe grinned, already digging through the bag for her sunscreen and goggles. Okay, sunblock, check. Goggles, check. Sandcastle Empire, double check. She applied the sunscreen in record time, then kicked off her sandals and made a break for it. Hot, 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 hot! Zoe, wait! Mira started, but Zoe was already halfway to the water, her laughter carried off by the wind. Mira sighed and sank into her chair, amused despite herself. Rumi huffed out a laugh. No, sorry. Yeah, Rumi huffed out a laugh, setting her own chair beside Mira's. Mira sighed, slid into her hair before reaching one task, she muttered, rubbing it into the backside. I burn easily. He said quickly, maybe too quickly. By the time she grabbed the bottle, Mira had already untied the strings of her top and laid flat on her stomach, arms folded under her head. Her voice came out muffled against the chair. All right, go ahead. Rumi sat beside her, squeezing a generous dollop of lotion into her palm. The coolness made her flinch. She rubbed her hands together to warm it, then placed it carefully against Mira's back. The first touch made Mira hum low in her throat, a small, content sound that shot straight through Rumi's spine. Focus. You're just helping. That's all. Her fingers moved in slow, careful circles, spreading the sunscreen across smooth skin. Mira's shoulder her touch, muscles loosening with every stroke. Rumi tried to focus on what she was doing. Even coverage, small circles, don't miss a spot. But her mind kept betraying her. Skin, the faint warmth radiating through the there sound she made when Rumi's thumbs. Mira sighed again, long and pleased. Her she breathed. That's nice. She lazy, almost drowsy. Rumi made a small, helpless noise in reply that wasn't quite a word. She put sunscreen and started on Mira's arms, then down to her legs, long and toned, and very much not helping her brain calm down. The sunscreen glistened in the sun as she rubbed it in, and she could feel every shift of muscle beneath her palms. Rumi had to look away for a moment, watch the waves, the glitter of water, anything else. She'd forget how to breathe. She is she doing that on purpose? Probably not. Mira just liked comfort, liked touch. But Rumi's mind didn't care about logic right now. It was too busy noticing how toned Mira's thighs were, how the sunlight curved around her hips, how dangerously close her hands were to. Stop thinking about that. Sunscreen, just sunscreen. Should she? Did people usually put sunscreen there too? Sunburns on that area sounded terrible, but touching there? She was she was still debating when Mira spoke without lifting her head. You can get the rest. Huh? Mira tilted her head just enough to glance back, smirking. My ass, Rumi. Her words hit her like a jolt. I'm hiding in my hoodie. Rumi blinked once, twice, her whole face burning. Uh, right, yeah, I just, don't wanna overstep. Mira chuckled, that low, teasing sound curling. Relax. Right. Just Rumi is malfunctioning. Rumi is blue was noisy, the crash of waves, distance, but all Rumi could hear was the thundering pulse in her own ears. She took a slow, steadying breath, then let her hand hover for a moment over Mira's lower back. Her sun, impossibly soft. Rumi's fingers brushed the curve of Mira's hips, and she felt Mira shift, arching just a little, as if inviting her closer, and began to work the sunscreen in, slow and careful. Her palms glided over the swell of Mira's, you know, spreading it in gentle circular motion. Okay. Okay. The muscles flexed beneath her touch. Rumi's breath caught. She could feel the strength in Mira's body, the way she relaxed into the contact, trusting and unguarded. Her thoughts spun. Is this too much? Does she notice how nervous I am? Does she like this? She risked a glance at Mira's face, eyes closed, faint smile playing at her lips. Rumi's hands lingered, tracing the line where Mira's swimsuit met bare skin, smoothing the screen around every dip and curve. She let her thumbs press a little deeper, kneading out the tension she found there, her own pulse fluttering wildly. Cool. Mira let out a soft, contented sigh, and Rumi felt her cheeks flush even hotter. She forced herself to focus, to make sure she didn't miss a spot, but it was impossible not to glowed in the sunlight, the way her body moved under Rumi's hands. Finally, she pulled back, hands tingling, and cleared her throat. There, she managed, her voice a little too light, a little too breathless. All done. Mira peeked over her shoulder, smirking faintly. Thanks, sweetheart. Rumi tried to laugh, but it came out strangled. Yeah, of course. Her voice cracked halfway through, and she instantly regretted speaking at all. She busied herself tying Mira's bikini top, pretending her hands weren't shaking just a little. She could still feel the faint warmth of Mira's skin on her palms, like the sunscreen hadn't quite faded yet. When she looked back up, Mira had pushed herself to sit. Want me to do yours? Rumi coughed into her fist, trying to sound casual. She definitely wouldn't survive that. Not with Mira's hands, not when her brain was still fried from earlier. You sure? Mira asked, tilting her head as she slipped her sunglasses back on. Rumi nodded too fast, nearly tripping over her own words. Yep, totally. She grabbed the bottle again and practically attacked herself with her legs and face like it was a race. It went on too thick, sticky under the sun, but she didn't care. Next time, she's bringing spray on. I mean, whenever I do spray on, I have to like rub it in still. But you do you, boo. Jogging back, saving her from melting into the sun. She was already drenched, her goggle strap hanging loosely around her neck, hair dripping onto her shoulders. It's so cool, Zoe said breathlessly, beaming. I can see the little fishies swimming down there, hoping I spot a crab next. Rumi smiled without meaning to. Zoe's excitement was contagious, like watching sunlight bounce off a wave. You're having fun already, huh? Zoe nodded, reaching out a hand. You coming, Rumi? Yeah, just. Rumi grabbed her towel, shaking sand off her legs. Yeah, I'm coming. Turning to Mira, Zoe paused when she saw her already reclined, sunglasses pushed down to peer up at them lazily. You're not coming? Mira shook her head. Nope. Why not? You usually do when we go, Zoe pressed, squinting. Mira lifted her book higher, voice deadpan. I've always wanted to live out the fantasy of being that mysterious mom at the beach, she said. You know, sitting under an umbrella with a book, pretending not to notice my children playing unsupervised. Rumi blinked. Zoe blinked. That's oddly specific, Zoe said slowly. Well, Mira sighed, flipping to a page with a little flick of her wrist. Go on now, children. Frolic nicely. I saw the snippet on Toss's Twitter. Go on, children. Frolic nicely. She waved them off without looking up. Rumi raised a brow, caught between confusion and laughter. I can't believe she just shoot us, she muttered as they started walking toward the water. I can't believe she called us children, Zoe sighed. The sand squished cold and wet between Rumi's toes as the waves lapped closer. The rhythmic hush of the tide was louder here, a little intimidating, a little mesmerizing. When the first wave hit her ankles, Rumi let out a startled yelp. Why is it freezing? She shivered, stepping back instinctively. Shouldn't it be, I don't know, a little warmer? It's like a bajillion degrees outside. Zoe laughed, teeth flashing as she held out her hand. The ocean has a high heat capacity, she explains, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. And there's also ocean upwelling, and there's also ocean upwelling. The wind pushes the warm surface water away, so colder water from deeper down rises up. Blinking in awe, Rumi stared at her. You just know that off the top of your head? A wider grin spread across Zoe's face. Maybe. She wiggled her fingers invitingly. Come on, I promise it's not that bad once you get used to it. For a moment, Rumi hesitated, glancing from Zoe's outstretched hand to the shifting blue ahead. Despite herself, a smile tugged at her lips. You're enjoying this way too much. Still, she took Zoe's hand. The water bit her skin like liquid glass, forcing her to clench her jaw from to keep from yelping again. Beside her, Zoe laughed softly and squeezed her hand, guiding them deeper, step by slow step. It was hell. It was freezing. But somehow, with Zoe's hand in hers, it felt a little less miserable. By the time they reached waist level, Rumi was clinging to her like a lifeline. Can we not go too deep? She said, half joking, half serious. Zoe turned to her with that soft, reassuring smile that always seemed to undo her. Of course. Rumi exhaled, relief mixing with something gentler. She out, book open, looking like a painting. Second, her chest tightened. God, I really am in trouble with both of them. She turned back to Zoe, who was already splashing help but laugh. The tension melted into the waves, replaced with warmth that didn't come from the sun. Rumi, we gotta help you out. One of the best episodes with nothing in the soup. Fix this time. Nothing, just yummy, yummy soup. What is? I saw the YouTube comments moving over. Rumi is such a soft. Girls are my spirit animal. Animal, real as hell. Me neither, TBH, but I'm a fan of spending time with you. Aww, so cute. Hi, Salty. Rumi is not the strongest soldier. Yeah, you have zero idea how much I fight for my life. Good soup, good soup. I too am watching the stream. Thank you, Salty. I missed the best part. I mean, it was pretty fun, but we're gonna get to some other parts. It seems the sunscreen part is really fun. We already want soup without bricks. I'm lingering. Hi, Cade. I'm gonna take a little second. My throat. Cade, what are you DMing me? Cade, what are you DMing me? Bro, what? God is being a menace in my DMs again. Okay, we keep getting the pickles. I'm gonna get to the pickles, y'all. This is a reminder for everyone to go hydrate and drink water. I'm drinking my water. It's so funny because I was listening to Sunny reading Candy Floss on like Twitter Space, and Sunny kept being like, "Don't say fanfiction didn't ever do anything to you because the amount of water I'm drinking right now, because of the reading I have to do." Bye, Salty. It's all good. Have fun. Okay, we're back. Mira heard the soft crunch of sand before she saw them. Two shadows falling over her as she cracked one eye open. Zoe clutched a bucket to her chest like treasure, while Rumi trailed close behind, wet hair plastered to her cheeks. Both were grinning so hard it was impossible not to smile back. Beads of seawater trailed down their arms, catching the sunlight and making them look bright and alive. Sitting up, Mira pushed her sunglasses to the top of her head and smirked. All right, what did you two find this time? Mir, we found a starfish, Rumi exclaimed, breathless and proud, pointing to the bucket in Zoe's hands. Mira leaned up on her elbows, glancing inside. Sure enough, there it was, a small orange starfish clinging to the bottom. Sick, she said, nodding once in solemn approval. Zoe beamed, practically vibrating. Right? And there was this cool near the rocks. It was so cool. Zoe showed me, but you had to look real or you'd miss it. It was gliding between the rocks, like she made a vague, wiggly motion with her hands. Zoe tapped her shoulder, eyes wide. Tell her about the crab! Rumi's eyes widened, mouth dropping open. Oh, right, the crab! It freaking pinched me! She pointed to her thigh as if it were still there. It was under the water, sneaky little thing. Zoe tried to catch it, but it got away, Zoe finished, sounding slightly deflated. Mira just watched them, both talking over each other with this infectious energy, words spilling out too fast to process. She found herself nodding along, lips twitching into a faint, reluctant smile. They looked ridiculous, radiant, happy. It sounds like you had a good time, she said, voice softening despite herself. Mm hmm, Rumi nodded, eyes shining. Zoe wiped her forehead dramatically. Is there any juice or water in the cooler? I swear, being out there made me realize how dehydrated I am. I think my soul's turning into jerky. Mira exhaled through her nose, reaching for the cooler beside her. An old man who can still swim circles around you. Debatable, Mira murmured. She pulled out a pair of clear cups filled with ice, then grabbed two blueberry aid pouches, tearing them open with her teeth before pouring the bright blue liquid inside, conjuring to her fingers. Here, she said, handing them over. Thanks, babe, Zoe breathed out, practically inhaling hers, gulps. Thank you, Rumi echoed, a little more polite, though she chugged hers down too. Mira raised an eyebrow, watching them both. Damn, what were you two doing that has you this out of breath? It's yapping. Me nodded, eyes hurt. Mira laughed quietly, shaking her head. You two are hopeless. She reached back into the cooler and pulled out two wrapped triangles of samga kimbap, reading the little labels aloud. Spicy tuna or bulgogi? Spicy tuna, we said immediately, hand already reaching. I'll take bulgogi, Rumi murmured, sitting cross-legged in the sand. Mira handed them over, watching as they tore into the wrappers like wolves. Rumi said again, accepting the bulgogi one. Bites. You're the best! Obviously, Mira said, but there was no edge in it, just warmth. For a while, they sat in easy silence, the crash of waves filling in the spaces where words. Mira leaned back on her hands, watching Zoe lick a bit of rice from her thumb and Rumi wipe a smear of sauce from her lip. The two of them sat close, knees brushing sometimes, bubbling out between bites. It was a simple, stupidly sweet scene, sunlight painting their skin gold, their hair still damp and glinting with salt water. Something about the sight made Mira's chest ache in that quiet, contented way that meant home. The sunlight, the laughter, the smell of salt and seaweed. She could live in this moment a little longer. They're so cutie. Whenever it gets very very fast talking segments, I get really like while reading it out loud, but I that is fun. That is very cute. Damn, I want some bulgogi now too. I had bulgogi, was it last week? I got this like bulgogi cup up from H Mart and it was so good. It was just like $5 for like this little like rice cup and it was so good. Yum 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 yum. I'm merely a third of the best. Aww. Rice. God, I need to make rice. I need to make food. I um I'm so lazy and I haven't been I've just been working. It's so dire, y'all. Oh god. Kate, I swear to God. Who is messaging me? Kate, I swear to fucking God. Thank you, Rumi. Thank you. Bye, Wendy. um Okay, I'm just gonna keep going, y'all. Do I have homework? Yeah. Am I also listening to this instead? Yeah. That's crazy. I honestly might make teriyaki chicken. I have some chicken defrosting right now. So I'm cry, I think. Thank you, Emily. Wait, someone asked about my it is Dreamcatcher. Where is it? Hi. Over here. Yeah, that is Dream. They're missing one of the I think they're missing Hunt. Yeah. It's just the six of them. But they're in Christmas outfits. I just got this photo because I had went to this like K-pop. I recognized Sua immediately. Honestly, who wouldn't? I'll do tomorrow, might I add. Oh my god. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Not yet, not yet. We haven't even had Halloween yet. No, but I got this because I went to this meetup. Was it my sophomore year? It must have been my sophomore year. This like Christmas meetup at the K-pop dance cover group at my university was saying. And they had all of these groups on like just like on the board. They had like pictures of all these like K-pop groups and they had Dreamcatcher and they were like, "Oh, would you like to like grab one of these photos before you leave?" And I was like, I'll grab Dreamcatcher." Hypothetically, if I spawn and give you my Polytrix fan teriyaki chicken, I'll share my teriyaki chicken without you having to do that. Takes the whole board. Completely skip over 2 holidays and right to Christmas. That's so wild. What is wild? The fact that I grabbed Dreamcatcher? I love Finding Insomnias. I really had my true K-pop era when I was in college. Right now it has my K-pop obsession has died a bit. Them. They're great. Artie, please eat something, please. I ate before this. It's all good. I'm okay. I'm just gonna keep going. The whole experience. Oh, yeah, I had this K-pop cover group at our college. I did 3 K-pop covers, like 3 public K-pop dance covers with them. Well, wait. Technically, I think I did 1 with them and 2 outside of college with the same people. Thank you for being the reason I decided to fanfic. Oh my god. KPDH has brought my K-pop obsession back. That's so real. That's very real. It has kind of done the same for me, like not to the same extent, but like I yeah. I still love K-pop. I don't oh, I don't like K-pop anymore. No, I've always liked K-pop, but yeah. Um anyways, I'm going to keep going. And if anyone wants to see those dance covers, I'm pretty proud of my performance in them. I'm pretty proud of my performance in them. You can look up Kinesis on YouTube. There's Kinesis and I did 2 with Clear official dance covers. I did Hot by 17, Super by 17, and I did Up by Kepler. I feel the emotions more reading out loud. Thank you. Going. How's yours coming along? Zoe asked, glancing over as Rumi patted the side of her bucket. Rumi lifted it carefully, hopeful, only for the sand to crumble apart like it had never won a castle in the first place. Bad, she muttered, frowning at the mess. Since when was making sandcastles so hard? A laugh escaped Zoe before she could stop it. She scooted closer, palm into the damp sand Rumi had been using, feeling its texture. You need better sand to water ratio. Watch. She lifted her own bucket and flipped it over, revealing a perfectly molded little tower. See? Like that. Rumi's eyes narrowed in mock offense. Wow, okay, professional sand engineer. Hey, seriously, Zoe said, bumping her shoulder playfully. If we can work on this one together if you want, she offered, brushing her hands on her trunks. That got her a small, genuine smile from Rumi. Sure, I think I'm gonna make a moat around it. Perfect! Zoe settled down beside her to help carve a trench with her hands. Ooh, we should get some seashells to decorate it. Make it fancy. Good idea! She stood and brushed the sand from her legs. Rumi followed, grabbing the bucket again, and together they headed toward the shoreline. Every step left a shallow print, quickly washed over by the tide. They crouched side by side, sifting through wet sand and pebbles for bits of color. Let's get some for Mira too, Zoe said after a moment, dropping a few shells into her palm. We could make a necklace with them. Rumi chuckled and bumped her shoulder gently. You're right. She'd actually like that. The bump earned her one right back. Obviously, I'm a genius. I think this is a good amount, Rumi said, standing up and brushing the sand off her knees. Let's go show her. Yeah, Zoe beamed, following close behind as they made their way back toward their spot. They reached the lounge chair. Mira wasn't there. Zoe slowed, sand sinking between her toes. Her eyes swept up the standing a few meters away, facing a woman she recognized. Something in Mira's posture made Zoe's stomach twist, her spine straight, shoulders rigid, jaw tight enough to crack. The stranger's tone carried just enough on the wind for Zoe to catch the cadence. Sharp, dismissive, like she was saying something she okay. Mira's reaction was immediate. She shifted her weight forward, chin tilting up, the controlled kind of fury that made Zoe's skin prickle. One hand came up, palm open in a sharp, cutting motion. Whatever she said next was low and deliberate, her words slicing the air between them like wire. The other woman's face flashed. She opened her mouth to argue, but written in every movement. And Rumi exchanged a look. Do you know her? Rumi asked quietly. She shook her head. No, but I think I know. Time they reached the chair again, the stranger was already storming off down the beach, muttering something under her breath. Mira came back toward them, face unreadable, but her eyes gave her away. Inside her, pulled just behind that collar she wore. Mir, you okay? Zoe asked softly. Yeah, something wrong? Rumi's gaze followed the retreating down in her chair and pulled her knees lightly, rubbing her forehead rather vigorously. I'm okay. Zoe didn't believe it before glancing up to where the woman was just at. Who was that woman you were talking to? Just some rando. Mira huffed. Zoe could tell something was wrong, so she sat down on the chair, tilting her head slightly. Something something seems to be bothering Mira. You want to talk about it? Mira didn't answer right away. Her jaw worked tight, muscles shifting like she was holding to swallow. Zoe's quiet internal storm Mira always tried to hide behind calm composure. When she finally spoke, her voice was thin, stretched at the edges. It's nothing, just some stupid stuff, slipping her sunglasses back on, but the frown that lingered said otherwise. Rumi frowned. For a moment, all that could hiss of the waves and the distant chatter of kids playing near the tide. Zoe stayed quiet, watching the way Mira's shoulders rose and fell too deliberately. She could read her body language as easily as her own reflection by now. Mira only got this still when she was trying not to break apart. Finally, Mira sighed, voice low and brittle. She asked me how did. Her words trailed off again by the sound of the waves. Zoe leaned forward, but all she got was the sharp, humor. I can guess what she I can guess. We'll see. Zoe felt her chest twist. She knew this posture, the guarded way Mira's arms folded over herself, the slight curl inward. It was Mira's tell when she felt exposed, cornered, refused to show it. She asked you what? Softened, but her pulse was already kicking up. If that woman. Mira's jaw flexed once, her gaze fixed on the horizon. She was asking about my scar. I figured, she said finally, voice flat, but not really asking, more like she gestured vaguely with one hand, fingers trembling slightly, pretending to be concerned while actually being shitty about it. Rumi's breath hitched beside her, but Mira kept going, quieter now, each word clipped. Then she said there were kids nearby, that maybe I should cover it up since it looked too. She paused, lips curling, that it might scare them or something. I don't know. Zoe's chest practically see the moment Mira shut down, the of her spine, the tension locking her jaw, the forced, steady breaths she only took when trying not to cry. Mira, I already told her off, so don't worry about it. Deflection, half laugh, half defense mechanism. The don't worry about it that meant, please don't look at me too closely right now. But Zoe did worry. She could see the faint tremor in her fingers, the way she kept rubbing at the edge of her scar, like she could scrub the woman's words off her skin. And that, more than the insult itself, made Zoe's heart break and burn once more. She felt heat crawl up her neck, anger mixing with something softer, sadder. Mira's scar, she knew what it meant to her, what it cost her to exist in a body that still carried the memory of what she'd been through that night. And someone dared to make her feel ashamed of that? She what? Rumi's voice cut in sharply. The change in tone made Zoe look up just in time to see her standing, scanning. Rumi, Zoe reached out instinctively, grabbing her wrist before she could storm off. Mira sat up, rubbing her temple. Rumi, it's fine. I already handled it. But Rumi wasn't having it. It's not fine. She doesn't get to say something like that and just walk away. Who the hell does she think she is? Zoe could see the way her hands were curling into was. Rumi was thinking of her own scars now, the ones she worked so hard to accept. This wasn't just anger, it was empathy, raw and misplaced, but burning all the same. Rumi? Mira's voice was calm, but firmer now. Rumi turned toward her, jaw tight. She made you feel bad about your body, Mira. She should see how it feels to be someone else's skin for once. What, are you going to stab her? Mira's voice had a tired edge, the corner of her mouth twitching into something that almost resembled a smirk. It crossed my mind, Rumi muttered without missing a beat. Despite everything, Zoe let out a small laugh under her breath, but it died quickly when she looked back at Mira. Her sunglasses had slipped just enough for Zoe to see her eyes. They looked glassy in the sunlight, and that did her in. Zoe reached over, curling her fingers gently around Mira's hand. Hey, she said softly. You don't have to brush it off, you know? Mira blinked, eyes flicking down to where their hands met. Her thumb twitched, like she wanted to squeeze back but couldn't bring herself to. I'm fine, she said again, quieter this time. Zoe didn't believe it, but she didn't push either. She just squeezed her hand once before letting go. She tugged gently on Rumi's wrist again, lowering her voice. Hey, don't give her your energy, okay? Rumi hesitated, her hand curling into a fist before it finally dropped to her side. It isn't okay, she whispered, eyes still scanning the beach. I know, Zoe murmured. It's not. Mira tilted her head toward them. Rumi, she said again. She said again, this time softer. When Rumi finally met her gaze, Mira's expression had evened out, calm but weary. It's fine. Drop it. Rumi let out a slow breath and sat down again, still visibly fuming, but trying to rein it in. Okay, she muttered finally. But if I see her again. The corner of Mira's lip lifted, just barely. Thank you, she muttered, sinking back into her chair and pulling her shades up again. I mean, let's not forget who slapped the shit out of Mira's mom when they were in the hospital room. She would do it. mm. Zoe watched her for a moment longer, heart heavy but quiet. The sun was still warm, the waves still moved, but all she could think about was how someone could look at Mira's scar and see anything other than strength. She shuffled closer on the chair until her knee brushed against Mira's leg. Before she could talk herself out of it, she flopped down right on top of her. Mira grunted, hands flying up automatically to steady her. What the hell, Zoe? Zoe only wrapped her arms around her tighter, squeezing her like a stress ball and burying her face against the crook of Mira's neck. You're so pretty, Mira, Zoe murmured into her skin. Mira's voice came muffled. You're getting sand all over me. But before she could finish, a second weight hit her side as Rumi flopped down too, laughing softly as she threw her arms around Mira. Mira huffed, though her voice was than annoyance. Rumi pressed her cheek against Mira's, smile radiant. So pretty. Zoe grinned, catching one of Mira's hands and threading their fingers together. Gorgeous, she said, kissing Mira's knuckles slowly, deliberately. Smart, Rumi added, leaning down to kiss her arm. And talented, Zoe followed, pressing her lips to Mira's shoulder. Mira grinned, throwing her head back. I know what you two are doing. They didn't answer, just held on tighter. Mira sighed. Over the ridged lines of stars, Zoe felt Mira tense, just for a heartbeat, before she let out a shaky breath. So strong, Rumi whispered. So soft in the wind. Zoe met Mira's eyes, taking her sunglasses off carefully. Her eyes were glassy, vulnerable, like someone caught between laughter. Zoe said, awe, before kissing her cheek. Her chest felt too full, something tight and aching pressing behind her ribs. It wasn't fair that someone could make Mira feel small about something that made her powerful, alive. You're so beautiful, she whispered again, kissing the other cheek this time. So loving, Rumi added, pressing another kiss near her temple. Zoe snorted softly, trying to ease the weight in her throat. Also sexy, she said, because she needed Mira to smile again. And when Mira did, small but real, it hit Zoe like sunlight. There it is. Yeah, Rumi murmured, still tucked against her neck. Mira's very sexy. You two are idiots, Mira sighed, shaking her head, but the smile didn't leave her face. Idiots who love you, Zoe corrected. Jaw. That finally drew out a real laugh. Quiet, but genuine. Rumi giggled. Feeling better? Mira didn't answer right away. She looked between them, eyes soft and shining, before shaking her head lightly. Kiss? Zoe blinked. Kiss. Zoe blinked. Kiss? Mira nodded once, lips quirking. Zoe nodded, leaning in without hesitation and pressing a slow, lingering kiss against her mouth. The world shrunk to taste. The world shrunk to taste of sunscreen and salt, Mira's hands in her hair, the small sigh that escaped her. When she pulled back, Mira's eyes half lidded and soft. Rumi leaned in next, kissing her too, gentle, reverent. When she drew back, Mira finally broke into a full grin, the kind that reached her eyes. Better, Mira hummed, voice soft, almost sleepy. Zoe stayed there, forehead resting against Mira's shoulder, feeling her chest rise and fall beneath them. The tension that had been wound tight in Mira's body had finally eased. After a beat, Zoe perked up, a mischievous grin spreading across her face. Hey, she said suddenly. Hey, she said suddenly, sitting up. Want to bury Rumi in the sand? Mira blinked once, then the corners of her mouth twitched up. Sure, why not? Rumi sat up instantly, alarm written all over her face. Wait, why do I have to get buried? Because, Zoe said, already scooping up a handful of sand, you're the most fun to bury. No one make no one make the joke that I think some of y'all would make. No one make that joke. No one make that joke. No one make that joke. Listen, I love getting buried in the sand. I do. I love getting buried and then getting up and then getting in the water. No one say it. No one say it. Shh. That's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. Oh my god. Translation. You won't fight us hard enough. Mira added with mock sympathy. I want to Twist, what the hell? What the hell? You said that we weren't saying it. What the hell? What the hell? No! No. You hate me. I said no one say it. You all hate me and want me die. Nor, we don't. We don't. Please. Please don't go back. I can mute you. Rumi want me to die. Oopsies. The cocaine. Okay, guys. Evil. Evil, evil, evil. I'm gonna keep going. Translation. You won't fight us hard enough. Mira added with mock sympathy, standing and brushing sand from her legs. That's not, Rumi started, but then Zoe pounced, hands at her waist, laughing as she tugged her powdery sand. Mira joined, shrieked, Traitors! Both of you! Shh, shh, hold still, giggled, scooping sand onto her stomach. For art! For art, she says, Rumi muttered, but she was already laughing too hard to sound convincing. The sun beat down, and the sand was hot against her skin where they hadn't her yet. They worked quickly, Mira focused and precise, Zoe dramatically overdoing every scoop like she was sculpting a masterpiece. Rumi laid back, squinting up at the cloudless sky as sand piled higher and higher around her torso. Okay, we said, brushing her hands off. We're giving you a mermaid tail. Rumi blinked. What? Mira was already shaping the base of it, her fingers smoothing the sand into a curve. A majestic one, she said matter of factly. Long tail, beautiful fins, very intimidating presence. Oh my god, Rumi groaned, trying not to laugh as Zoe piled more sand around her hips. Oh, and abs, Zoe added, grinning wide. We're giving you a six-pack. Zoe, please. Too late, Mira declared, carving out little sand ridges along her midsection with ridiculous focus. She's ripped now. Absolute beach goddess. Zoe nodded approvingly, patting the sand. You've got like elite core strength. All of the fish are jealous. Rumi tried to sit up, but the weight of the sand pinned her down. I hate you both so much, she said. She said, though the laughter in her voice ruined any attempt at sounding angry. Mira crouched beside her, brushing a few stray grains. brushing a few stray grains from Rumi's cheek. You mean you love us? Rumi's lips twitched. Maybe. Zoe plopped down beside her, admiring their work. Okay, but tell me that doesn't look good. Look at those fins. Look at that ab definition. Yeah, Mira agreed, leaning back on her hands. Stupid Abby could never. Rumi was grinning so wide, her dimples had dimples. You two are ridiculous. Ridiculously talented, Zoe corrected. Ridiculously in love with you, Mira added softly. That made Rumi's blush deepen. She huffed a laugh, squirming against the sand. You're not allowed to say sweet things while I'm trapped like this. Zoe chuckled, leaning over to kiss her forehead. Too late. Mira grinned, snapping a photo on her phone. Perfect. Beach Day Memories, Exhibit A. Rumi groaned, but she was smiling, bright and unguarded, as the wind tugged at their hair and the sound of waves filled the quiet between their laughter. Very cute. Little water break for me. So to find that Abby would be jealous. Bye, Rumi. Yum. Is the water yum? Are you saying the water is yum? Because the water is yum. One of the best parts of the episode is coming. I'm excited. Hi, Em. Oh my god, thank you. Hello. I, is that MM or is that just another M? Thank you for the roses. Why is M giving you? Why is M giving you me? Kate, no. Lauren said, "Oh my god, oh god, okay. We're getting into the dono frenzy again. I'm sorry. No, you're good. You're good. Sometimes when people start giving out too many roses, I get freaked out, even though roses are like 1 cent, 2 cents. Hi, Augie. Oh my god, join Fridge Tricks. I still don't know what Fridge Tricks is. I know there's a Twitter community now, but I'm like, Rumi sent you 200. No, wrong fanfic. Wrong fanfic. Wrong fanfic. Also, how has your day been, Artie? I've been reading fanfiction all day, so it's been pretty nice. But my throat kind of hurts, but it's chill. It's really chill. Thank you for the pumpkin latte. I wish I had a real pumpkin latte right now. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I don't wanna yap too much, but I'm that mic since connected. Can I ask if that mic is plugged? Because I swear the audio is coming from it is coming from the phone mic. Here's the thing. The mic is plugged to the computer, so it's for the YouTube stream. Because when it gets I archive my streams on YouTube, so it's plugged to the computer. If there was a way, if I didn't have a Mac, I would be able to stream from my computer, but I can't figure out how to connect the TikTok stream to the computer. If I could, I would. Don't say that, Rumi. I'm reading Two's Company, but they want a crowd. It's beach day. It's beach day. Yeah, so the answer is it's connected to the computer. I wish my TikTok had better audio, but alas, I think there is a way to connect it to the computer without going through the specific setup that TikTok has, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And I'm not that tech savvy, unfortunately. Um Wait, new chapter? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm off to work. Bye, Artie. Bye, Danny. Oh my god, M, thank you. No, I have no. Is that I'm so ready for the next one. Oh, I am very ready for the next one. Rose, you're gonna have to be there for me for the next one. You're gonna have to be there for the next one, Rose. Hello? Did you not expect that I would employ you, Rose? Okay, yes. Listen, after you put that shit on Twitter, I was ready to be like, Rose is doing all that shit. And that part will be Discord exclusive. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. It looks like tomorrow, maybe? If you drop the next chapter tomorrow, I can stream on Thursday, I think. Yes, I can. But it would have to be during the day. Get ready to hear your smut read out loud to you, Toss. Artie, I don't work until 5 p.m. on Wednesday and Thursday. Let's go. We can do midday stream. Let's Toss. I hope you're ready for that. And I don't know if you can join the stream during the day, but I'm making a Sally face mask. Loving it. Oh, wait. I've seen a couple Sallys around. It's very, very cute. I will be ready. What time, Artie? I'll decide that later. I'll decide that. It also really depends on if Toss actually puts it out tomorrow or not. So, should I link your stream server now? If you want. Y'all, we have a specific Discord stream server for 18 plus stuff. And everyone, if anyone wants to donate, y'all better be prepared to give Rose some of that as well. Rose, do you have a coffee? Rose, do you have a coffee? This server is 18 plus, and you will need to like go through vacation for it. So I have a what? For donations. I'm going to tweak. Because if you're reading that stuff, people better be ready to pay, you know what I mean? Or Kofi. Yeah. I haven't even like set any goals or anything yet. I just have it there if anyone wants to. Girl, I would do it instantly. Proposing is that like if you're gonna read that shit, I will make one right now. I mean, you should have as an author already. I think Toss, do you have a Kofi? I think you should have a Kofi if you don't have a because I haven't seen it. Dude, I have volleyball practice right now and I just got hit in the head because I was listening to How are you listening to me while you're at volleyball practice? What? That's crazy. Anyway, let's get back, y'all. Too much yapping. You might say it never hurt anyone, but it hurt my chances of going to sleep early. Wait, are you okay? I did, but then I got rid of it because my PayPal wasn't working, so I stopped. That sucks. Why wasn't it working? Thank you, Em. That sucks. One earbud in during sets. Yeah, I do hope you're okay because I have gotten hits with a volleyball ball in the head before, and it's nasty as shit. I mean, volleyball people are like, oh, they're soft, they're light. No, that shit hurts. Also, depending on what kind of volleyball ball you're using. Okay, good. Don't let me distract you from volleyball practice. Don't let me distract you. Okay. People crushes down more than me. Wait, shit, I don't want to use the same PFE I always do. I gotta call someone to make me a mirror PFE. I mean, you can use that. It's up to you. Anyway, try a softball. Jesus. I'm sorry for the ball. Don't let me distract you if you need to go to volleyball practice. I'm gonna keep going. Rumi felt her skin prickle as soon as the hot water hit, washing away the sand and the salt that still clung stubbornly to her. A long sigh slipped from her lips as she let her head fall back, the sound of rushing water filling her ears, steady and soft. Her body loosened slowly. like a light knot finally unfastening. They'd all decided to shower the second they got back. Separately, thank God. Boo! Sand had a way of finding its way into every crack and crevice imaginable, and the thought of sharing a shower while still covered in it was just cruel. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Her fingers raked through her hair, the strands slick and heavy, the faint scent of lavender shampoo rising with the steam. She hummed faintly, half a tune, half exhaustion. When she finally shut off the water, she wrapped herself in a soft cotton towel and just stood there for a moment, the air outside the shower feeling cool against her warm skin. Everything felt heavier, the air, her limbs, even her thoughts, but not in a bad way, just slower, calmer. She dried off quickly, slipping into her favorite tee and loose shorts, the kind that always made her feel like herself again after a long day. When she stepped out, the hallway light was dim, golden from the setting sun filtering in through the balcony windows. She padded toward the master bedroom quietly, bare feet brushing the cool floor. Zoe was the first out across the bed like a slightly open, snoring softly. Rumi bit back a laugh. Figures. Swimming against the waves for an hour straight would have the energy of a puppy and all the recovery time of one. The room door clicked open just as she stepped inside, emerged, hair damp, skin still glistening faintly from the shower. She looked exhausted, but in that beautiful way Mira always managed, like tiredness made her human again instead of less divine. Hey, Rumi murmured. Mira just hummed a little sound before climbing into bed. Rumi followed, crawling in from the other side, careful not to wake Zoe or get smacked in the arms. The sheets were cool at first, but warmth settled fast, Zoe's warmth still lingering in them. She shifted closer and tucked herself into the space beside her. The exhaustion hit her in waves, eyes fluttering shut at the sound of the ceiling fan, shut as the sound of the ceiling fan lulled her. The bed dipped again, and Rumi peeked open one eye to see me under the blanket beside her, wearing wearing that small, quiet smile that always managed to make something in Rumi's chest loosen. Hi, Mira murmured. Hey yourself, Rumi hummed, her own voice coming out lower than she expected. Mira arched a brow, amused. You sound half dead. Mm, just comfortable. A soft chuckle rumbled out of Mira as she shifted closer, brushing through Rumi's slow fingers. Her touch was gentle, barely there, but it sent a little current through Rumi's skin. Sleep asked quietly. Mm-hmm. Me too. Beaches are a lot. That earned Mira a skeptical look. Rumi cracked an eye open. You weren't even doing anything. I was sitting, Mira said, utterly serious. And look, that counts. Rumi laughed quietly, voice caught between fondness and disbelief. You're right. Sorry. She paused, then added softly, You really did look pretty, though. That made Mira turn, grin curling her lips. I looked pretty? Rumi rolled her eyes, but couldn't stop the warm. Yeah, model worthy, mind shattering, alien abducting alien abducting you kind of pretty. That's widened, and before Rumi could backtrack, in and pressed a kiss to her lips. It was soft, slow, barely there, but enough to make Rumi's heart stutter as she felt the faint taste of mint on Mira's lips. She didn't pull away, didn't even think about it, just leaned in a little more, hands moving up instinctively to rest against Mira's chest. Mira's hand found the side of her neck, thumb tracing lazy circles there before pulling back just enough to look at her. Rumi blinked, tingled, the warmth spreading all. Mira's smile was that made it impossible for Rumi to look away. Mumbled, more to herself than to her. Only a little, Mira whispered back. Rumi chuckled under her breath, too happy to process the swirl of emotions sitting heavy in her chest. She just tucked herself closer, head resting against Mira's shoulder, around Mira's arm. The scent of her shampoo, the ocean, still faint in the air, something warm and familiar. Mira's breathing evened out soon after, steady and deep. Zoe snored faintly from the other side. She smiled to herself, eyelids growing heavy. The last thing she remembered before slipping under was the faint taste of Mira's kiss, still lingering. Quiet, sweet thought of how she missed. Arte. Hi, Ginu. Oh my god. Mira and Rumi just left, so we have Ginu now. Ginu was like, oh, those bitches. Okay, it's my turn. Wow. Looking pretty is hard work, especially like sitting looking pretty. I'm really, I'm tempted to. Because this is like Ginu waiting to make sure that he doesn't have to his friends being too gay. Already I have school on Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry. Ginu might have to run. He said, oh, my ex left. I can come now. Oh, you get it. I had no idea Ginu was even here. I mean, he just appeared. So, little water break for me. Dreamy. Mira, the fragrance. I've been playing ZZZ while listening, TBH. I don't know what ZZZ is, guys. I'm not a gamer. What is ZZZ? Genu lurking in the shadows to make sure. I can make that happen. You can make what happen? Genu just popping in. We like Genu here. I'm making spicy breakfast tacos. Oh, yum. Zenless Zone Hero. I see. Mira the fragrance. Period. We'll see when I do it on Thursday, Wendy. I still haven't decided when exactly I'm doing it. What are the bracelets you're wearing? What am I wearing today? I'm wearing a bracelet for my name, Zara, and Inside Your Darkness from Heaven, Iowa by Fall Out Boy. I have like matching bracelets with my roommates. So it's this is one of the lyrics. Inside Your Darkness. And it glows in fun. Watch out, it's going to happen. You better like Genu here. I like Genu here. Genu, I'm sorry if I made you feel left out when I made that tweet being like, oh my god, I love collecting all of them. I didn't mean to count you out. I'm just very Polytrix pilled. And I know you don't know what Polytrix is, but you'll learn soon. Genu. LMAO, it's not good. No, you're good. I just thought that was very funny. Oh, he's going for a ride. I bet. Let me get more comfortable. It takes me so much effort to be comfortable on this damn chair. I'm gonna keep going. Come over. Okay. Hydration. I hydrated. I drank. The jolt that shot through Zoe's body when her bare foot hit the first step of the cold staircase could have killed a man. She hissed under her breath, rubbing her eyes as she shuffled forward, hoodie all wrinkled and her hair sticking up like static. The villa was quiet. Too quiet. I still have no idea what Polytrix is. Don't worry, Ginu, you're about to learn. You're about to learn. The pickle emojis, guys, I'm dying. She frowned, blinking away sleep. No soft laughter, no Rumi humming somewhere in the kitchen, no Mira's voice through the hall, just silence. The kind that hummed, filled only by the distant sound of waves outside. Once she reached the bottom floor, she peeked into the living room. And she reached the living room, she spotted Mira beneath her, a glass tapping quietly on her phone. The early morning light from the open windows, brushing gold across her pink hair and bare shoulders. Zoe paused for a second. Just light made something in her chest twist. Zoe rasped, her voice still scratchy from sleep. Mira turned her head, and the small, sleepy smile she gave made Zoe said warmly, God, Zoe had missed seeing her like this, calm, unguarded, and the glasses. Don't even get her started. It had been so long since Mira wore them. She always went for her contacts, always wanted to look sharp and put together. But seeing her like this again, soft and nerdy and natural, hits Zoe square in the chest. Where's Rumi? She asked, heading toward the couch. Went to grab groceries, Mira murmured, eyes still on her phone. Didn't want to wake you up alone, so I. Simple line, I stayed, made Zoe a little bit. She chuckled softly and, without thinking, climbed right onto Mira's lap. Mira didn't complain and pulled her in like it was the most. Zoe rested her head against Mira's shoulder, tilting just enough to peek at her screen. Candy Crush? Really? Mira hummed noncommittally, fingers flicking across the screen, her expression deadly serious. A quiet snort escaped her. You're such a mom. Mira groaned, which only made Zoe laugh. I just can't believe you're still playing that, Zoe teased. She remembered introducing Mira to it as a joke. Look, moms play when they're on freakishly high levels. Was completely hooked. That's very. My grandmother plays Candy Crush. My grandmother plays Candy Crush. You literally play Block Blast. Mira deadpanned, not even looking up. You have no room to talk. Zoe gasped, mock offense. That's different. How? It just is. Mira just gave her a look. "Mhm, sure." Zoe huffed dramatically. You're still a mom. I'm going to throw you off in a second. She immediately tightened her arms around her waist. No, I'll behave. I promise. See? Zoe said, but her grin said otherwise. Silence settled again, the only sound being the soft, rhythmic click of candies breaking on the screen and the ocean faintly beyond the windows. Self be there. Mira's warmth seeping through the fabric of her hoodie, the faint scent of her shampoo, the soft glow of the morning sun spilling through the window. Her gaze drifted back up to Mira's face, her brows furrowed in concentration, her bottom lip caught between her teeth as she swiped on the screen, muttering under her breath when she missed a combo, the faint pink mark on her cheek where on her hand. The glasses slid a little down her nose, pushed them and she pushed them back up absentmindedly. God, she looked so nerdy, so effortlessly, obnoxiously pretty. You're staring, Mira murmured without looking up. Zoe smiled lazily, chin propped on Mira's shoulder. You look like a hot librarian. Mira blinked, finally glancing at her. What? Her lips curled. I mean, you're sitting Gorgeous, like you're about to tell me I've got an overdue fine, except I'd pay in kisses. Mira rolled her eyes, but Zoe pressed, dropping lower. Honestly, I'd let you dog ear my Honestly, I'd let you dog ear my pages any day. Or maybe you could help me reorganize my entire collection alphabetically by touch. Oh my god. What? Zoe grinned, delighted by the flush creeping up Mira's neck. You you look like you're about to hush me, but I wouldn't against the stacks for a little. Please. Mira groaned, hiding her face in her hands. What? I'm just what? I'm just encouraging literacy. She snorted her own joke, laughing into Mira's shoulder. I'm just saying you could check me out, renew me, and maybe even slip me into your personal archives. I promise I'm a rare addition. Mira exhaled through her nose, shaking her head, but her lips twitched, even as she tried to stay annoyed. You're insufferable, Mira muttered, shoving her lightly. And you love it, Zoe said without missing a beat. Zoe gets creative, y'all. Zoe gets creative. Hi, cats. Um, I am very excited. I know that it gets better. I'm very excited. It's so so funny. Go bald. Please don't ever. Okay. Didn't answer. She just Zoe could see the tiny upward curl of her lips. She loved watching Mira pretend to be unbothered when her voice gave her away, when her fingers hesitated on the screen for half a second longer than usual, teasing her like this so early in the morning. Sunlight catching her face, her glasses slipping down her nose, oversized tee slipping down one of her shoulders. How could Zoe not? Not too long after, the front door creaked open. Stepped in, her hair a little wind tousled, arms full of grocery bags. The faint smell of salt followed her in as she nudged the door closed with her foot. Rumi! Zoe shot up from the couch, the drowsiness from earlier evaporating instantly. She crossed the room in a few long strides and wrapped her arms tightly around Rumi's waist, pressing her cheek into her shoulder. Good morning, gorgeous. Rumi laughed, off guard, but melted into it easily. Good morning. Hi, she murmured, leaning her forehead briefly against Zoe's. You, Zoe said, before Rumi could protest, plucking half the bags out of her hands with ease. She carried them over to the kitchen counter, curiosity immediately taking over as she peeked through the bags. What's all this for? Rumi followed after her, the corners of her mouth lifting. For breakfast. Before Zoe could answer, Mira padded into the kitchen, stretching slightly as she scratched her stomach under her oversized t-shirt. Zoe had to physically stop herself from grinning too hard. Oh, she nudged Rumi in the ribs, lowering her voice to a whisper. Doesn't she look like a hot librarian? Rumi blinked, glancing at Mira before whispering back. I was thinking, teacher? She had her hair in a bun not too long ago while you were asleep. Zoe tilted her head, assessing Mira from afar. Yeah, man," she whispered with a grin. Hey, Mira. No, Mira said instantly, not even looking up from the counter. I didn't even get to finish, Zoe whined. Rumi snorted, half choking on a laugh, while Mira rolled her eyes and stepped closer to them. But then something shifted. The playful air thinned just slightly. Zoe caught the way Mira paused, the smallest hitch in her movement, like she was turning something over in her head, words she wasn't sure would land right. She hesitated midway into the room, fingers brushing over the edge of the counter. Her expression flickered, just a second of something uncertain. the kind of pause Zoe had learned to recognize by heart. Zoe straightened, catching it instantly. The way Mira's eyes darted between them, the way her fingers fidgeted at the hem of the shirt. Something was coming, something she wasn't sure she could say. Hey, Rumi murmured softly, taking her hand and giving it a small squeeze. An unspoken, go on, it's okay. Mira exhaled slowly and straightened her shoulders, still not quite meeting their eyes. Her voice was quieter now, slower. Were interested in me teaching you some of the recipes I know? Her tone was light, but Zoe could hear the waver in it. The thin thread of nerves Mira was trying so hard to hide behind nonchalance. Zoe blinked a few times, caught. Her chest tightened. Mira hadn't cooked. She swallowed. She didn't need to. They all learned not to. The knives, that night, the memory of Mira trying to force herself to cut. But now, here she was, standing in front of them, offering this piece of herself into the room like it was something fragile she was scared to hand over. Zoe smiled softly, warmth threading through her chest. I'd love that, she said, and she meant it more than she could explain. Yeah, Rumi added, voice equally gentle. We'd be honestly. Mira's shoulders eased just a little, a quiet breath slipping from her lips. She looked down, and for a brief second, Zoe saw the faintest smile. Okay, she murmured, like she was still trying to convince herself it was all right. Zoe reached out and brushed her thumb across the back of Mira's hand. You sure you're good with that? She nodded after a beat. Yeah, I think I am. Her eyes flicked up. I miss it. I want to share it again. Uh, So, Mira continued, clearing her throat as if shaking the weight off. How's Jeyuk Bokrum with some Geram Mari, side of Oymuchim, and rice sound? Oh my god, yes! Zoe gasped, clapping her hands together in delight. Can we make it right now? Please, please, please! Mira's laugh slipped out before she could stop it. Quiet, warm, familiar. Yes, she said, shaking her head as she started pulling ingredients out of the bags. Zoe couldn't stop watching her. The careful way she handled each item, her fingers steady but cautious, like she was reacquainting herself with both familiar and fragile. It wasn't just cooking, it was reclaiming a part of herself. And Zoe felt her chest ache with something tender and fierce all at once. She's really trying. Rumi reached over to start washing the vegetables, and Zoe grabbed the eggs, humming quietly under her breath. Mira glanced at them, smiling faintly, and for the first time in a long while, she didn't look haunted, standing in the kitchen. Just home. Is Ginu being a menace in the comments? Cindy is Mira's true mother. Mm-hmm. Lily, that sounds so wrong. Cindy, wait, what? Fluffy soup? Does that sound wrong? Warm soup. Yeah, Cindy. I love Cindy, y'all. Cindy, honestly, MVP. I'm not a menace. Hey, Artie. Hey, oh my god, hello. Is that Toto? Is that your TikTok name? Yeah, that's Toto. Yeah. Cindy was her real mom. Gina, what sounds weird? Yeah, Gina was being very well behaved today. Meanwhile, everyone is dropping pickle emojis in the chat. I'm like, okay, I'm getting there, y'all. I think this might be the parts left, I think. Okay. Floofy soup. Is there another truck? There's not another truck. A truck. Oh, sorry, I'm doing a Twitter break. I need to chill a little. I when I talk too much, I need to have a moment of silence. You'll see very Chino. Fluffy soup. I've never done a thing wrong in my life. We have a Honmun we have a TikTok account. Oh god. What are you gonna post over there, huh? What are you gonna post over? Are you gonna post me shouting you out? That might actually be I think I just gave you some ideas. Hello, Artie. That sounds not menacing at all. Sounds like when Derpy's hair gets in my soup. That's fair, I guess. That's fair. No, fluffy soup sounds moldy or hairy. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Let's see. Woo. Okay, let's go. Mira decided to start with Rumi first since they were starting with the eggs. All right, Mira murmured, on cutting duty. We need green onions, carrots, and a little yellow onion. Rumi nodded, rolling her shoulders back like she was preparing for a mission. She pulled the knife from the block, rinsing it off before setting it on the cutting board. The metal glinted faintly under the kitchen light. Out of the corner of her eye, she checked Mira's face. A shift, a subtle tension in her shoulders, the faintest pause in her breath, but didn't flinch. She let out a breath and stood steady, close by, her eyes soft, still present. That alone made something warm curl up in Rumi's chest. It was progress, and she felt stupidly proud of her for it. Okay, Mira murmured, stepping closer. When you're chopping the carrots, make sure they're as fine as possible, like little confetti pieces. You don't want chunks. She took Rumi's hand gently, adjusting her grip. Fingers in, keep the tips away from the blade. That's it. And when you slice, let the knife do most of the work. Don't press too hard. To follow along, brows scrunching in concentration. Her first few cuts were uneven, the carrots a little too thick on one side and paper thin on the other. Like this? Mira leaned in, her voice a quiet hum near Rumi's ear. Almost. Try rocking it instead of pushing. She guided Rumi's wrist, slow and careful. There, see? That's better. This takes me back to like chapter two, when they were cooking together and Rumi was on chopping duty and like she was chopping all wrong and Mira was like, girl, you shouldn't, those aren't supposed to be like that big, Oh, it takes me back. My TikTok yays in. Okay. Rumi's lips twitched into a smile. You make it look easy. Years of practice, Mira said, a small grin tugging at her mouth. And I didn't start out perfect either. You're doing fine. When Rumi sliced a piece completely wrong, Mira didn't scold, just chuckled softly, brushing her hand reassuringly over Rumi's back. You're learning. That's what matters. The warmth in her voice made Rumi's stomach flutter. Mira sounded happy. Once everything was chopped, Rumi cracked the eggs into a bowl and whisked them like Mira instructed, blending with the faint lo-fi beat playing. She added the chopped vegetables, watching the mixture swirl into a soft yellow flecked with color. Mira moved around the kitchen with ease, adding oil to the pan, setting the heat low. The smell of sesame and onion slowly started to bloom in the air, and nostalgic. Mira poured a bit of oil into the pan, turning the knob to low heat. Once it gets nice and hot, add a third of the egg mixture, she murmured. Rumi waited a few moments, testing the air above the pan, then poured the eggs carefully into the soft filling the room was immediate and satisfying. Good, Mira said, stepping closer until she was. Now, watch it closely. You'll see the edges when you roll. Her chin rested lightly on Rumi's shoulder, her breath warm against her neck. Rumi felt a faint shiver run over her that had nothing to do with the kitchen temperature. She leaned back into the touch, heart slowing in a calm, content rhythm. Across the counter, Zoe sat cross-legged, watching with equal focus, her phone still playing soft music. Every so long under her breath, slightly off key, but comforting in the way only Zoe could be. They worked together, Mira guiding Rumi the careful turn with the spatula. When the roll finally took shape, golden and perfect, Mira smiled. Mira smiled, adoration clear in her eyes. You did good. She raised her hand. I did? Rumi's face lit up instantly, cheeks flushed with pride. She smacked Mira's hand with a grin so big it made Zoe laugh from the counter. Once they plated the gyeramari, Rumi stepped aside so Zoe could take her turn. She was practically bouncing. All right, chef, Mira said, trying not to laugh. You're on the jeokbokum. Rumi stayed nearby, watching as Mira showed Zoe how to marinate the pork, explaining the balance between spice and sweetness, the smell of the gochujang thick in the air. Zoe kept stealing glances at her, watching Mira's hands, her face, that quiet confidence she always had in the kitchen. Mira wasn't just teaching, she was remembering. Something about it made Rumi's chest ache in the best way. The kitchen had missed this. They had missed this. Mira moved to help with the rice next, humming quietly under her breath as she stirred. And then, halfway through, Rumi noticed Mira's hand pause mid motion. She blinked, and when she turned her head, Rumi saw the tears, small and quiet ones, welling before Mira even realized they were there. Mira? Rumi said softly, stepping forward. Hey, what's wrong? Rumi shook her head, lapped her cheek with the heel of her hand. It's nothing, she said quickly, voice catching, then softer. It's just, she swallowed hard. I can do what I love again, even if it's just teaching you guys. I feel happy. Her voice cracked a little at the end, and that's all it took for Zoe to immediately wrap her up in her arms. Rumi followed without thinking, pressing in from the other side. Mira let out a shaky breath, caught between laughter and tears, the three of them swaying together under the kitchen light. The pan still sizzled quietly on the stove, the smell of. But for that moment, all Rumi could feel was the warmth of Mira's shoulder beneath her hand, Zoe's cheek pressed against hers, and the sound of Mira's heartbeat, steady and real. Yeah, this sounds like okay. I'm good. That's a. It's so cute. It is so very cute. Ah yes, Yuri and food, my two favorite things. Truck-kun? Truck-kun? We're gonna be golden. Give her a hug. Hi, Audrey. Okay, now Toss is leaving pickle emojis, so I guess the moment is coming up. So soft. TV appearance raw. When will it be my turn? I've been saying that since the beginning. Zinu, I've been saying that since I started doing the streams. When will it be my turn? Honman TV has posted their first TikTok. Okay, I'll follow you. I'll follow you. I cannot wait to see you read this next bit. Artie, why are you singing the songs? What's happening? Because What does the pickle emoji mean? We're gonna find out. Oh my god, y'all. Y'all are blasting that pickle. It just said this is what healing sounds like, which triggered me to sing this is what it sounds like. Everyone follow on. Oh my god. Blast that pickle. Okay, y'all. I did that intentionally. I mean, yeah. The thing about Toss is that she's a smart writer. Of course you did it intentionally. I know that. Wait, sorry. That when you said I did that intentionally, it reminded me second chapter as well, but Mira had a moment where she was like, I mean, what was it? What was it? What was it? She said something that was very similar to what she says in the movie. Um God, I'm trying to remember now. I mean, if you oh yeah, it's like if you want to do it together, then yeah, sure, we can do it. Join. Yes, in the kitchen. Yes, yes. I mean, you can join if you want. And I love that so much. It was like such a fun nod to Mira's moment in the movie. And anyways, okay, let's okay. She's so silly. I love her. I love her so bad. Anyways, okay, we'll get to the pickle stuff. Guys, I see the pickles. I see the pickles. You guys chill. On the kitchen counter, Rose, what are you saying? On the kitchen counter, on the table, on the couch, on the coffee table, in the bathroom, on the bed, on the floor. Okay, guys. The last thing they had to work on was the oimuchim. Zoe had insisted on helping this time, claiming she was basically a cucumber professional. Okay, already. It's giving Zoe and my streamer pic. Oh god. Yes. Rumi didn't know what that meant, but she stayed back to watch her work the knife. Surprisingly careful for someone who once tried to peel mango with a spoon. The sound of the blade thudding against the cutting board was oddly soothing. The smell of vinegar and sesame oil already filling the air. Mira leaned over the counter, scrolling on her phone for a moment before glancing up. Uh, do we have tea? Is that Mira? Yeah. Do we have tea? She asked after a moment, voice casual. Rumi blinked. Let me check. Her favorite. Got some. I'll bring a kettle from the back of the shelf. It felt nice, this rhythm they'd fallen into. Zoe's chatter in the background, Mira's quiet focus, the clatter of utensils. Rumi washed out 3 mugs and lined them up neatly. Zoe's voice piped up after a moment, wiping her hands on a dish towel. Zoe was still cutting cucumbers, except now she wasn't looking at the board. Expression was oddly serious. That was rarely a good sign. I've been meaning to ask you. I saw the word. I saw the word just peeking over there. Okay. I see this. I see. Okay. I'm gonna stand up. Okay, y'all. Okay, cool. Get away from here. Okay, y'all. I will read it. Okay. Zoe was still cutting cucumbers, except now she wasn't looking at the board. Her expression was oddly serious. That was rarely a good sign. I've been meaning to ask you since your first time a few months ago. Zoe started like she was bringing up some normal topic about laundry or rent. But are you interested in being strapped? Okay. Rumi choked. Not metaphorically, she actually choked. Ginu, look away. Air deserted her lungs, and she doubled over, coughing so hard her chest ached. One hand braced against the counter. What? She rasped, eyes wide, voice a few octaves higher. You know, Zoe said, as if explaining something completely normal. That's my sister. Okay, if you'd be fine if I. She picked up the cucumber and held it upright between her legs. Just whip it out like BAM! Oh my god! I get the fan art now. I get the fan art now. Incredible. She gave it an enthusiastic wiggle for emphasis. Rumi just froze. Zoe? Mira's voice cracked somewhere between scandalized and barely suppressed laughter. Stop playing with the ingredients. What? Zoe protested, looking genuinely offended. I'm demonstrating. She used. You can't just drop the concept of being strapped without showing a diagram. Rumi's a visual learner, remember? Zoe, Mira warned, her mouth twitching. That's not the kind of demonstration you give in the kitchen. Rumi stood frozen, brain empty, soul gone. She could hear the kettle whistling in the background, but couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Only watch Zoe gesture like this was some kind of educational workshop. Was this really happening right now? Her brain lagged several seconds behind before finally sputtering. What? Zoe, unfortunately, kept going. It's not even that scary, she said, waving the cucumber like a baton. You just gotta get comfortable first. Like, if it were me, I'd start slow. Maybe kiss you first, Get you relaxed. Rumi blinked. Kiss? Yeah, Zoe nodded, stepping closer to the counter like she was giving a motivational speech. Then I'd grab your hips, just like this. She gestured with both hands, gripping the air in front of her with way too much commitment, and pull you right up against me. Gotta get the angle right, otherwise, it's awkward. You wanna find your rhythm. Oh my god, Mira muttered under her breath, already pinching the bridge of her nose. But Zoe was fully in her element right now. Okay, okay, so imagine this, she said, positioning the cucumber upright again. You're here, I'm here, she mimed, stepping forward. And then I just roll my hips into you, slow, steady, like bam. Zoe, what? She said defensively. I'm explaining. Rumi's brain, however, had already left the building because now she could see it. Zoe, oh god, we're getting a full on. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Zoe, hair messy, mouth curved into that teasing grin she always wore, grabbing her hips exactly like that. That playful focus in her eyes, her voice low and steady, every movement deliberate and sure. Her breath hitched, her knees actually wobbled. Zoe, meanwhile, was still going. And then, once you've got the rhythm, you just move with it. Keep your hands on them right there. She reached out, lightly touching Rumi's hips for a demonstration. You keep the pressure, don't break eye contact. I'd make sure you could feel every little movement, she added, gesturing vaguely with the cucumber, thrusting lightly. Not too much at once, just enough to. Zoe, Mira warned again, fighting laughter. Too late. Rumi's brain exploded. The image slammed into her so hard she swore she could feel it. Zoe's warmth, the closeness, the breathless focus, murmuring the encouragement in that same tone she was using now. Ugh. Then her treacherous brain swapped her out for Mira for one split second, her hand firm on her waist, that calm voice murmuring quiet praise against her ear. It made her whole system just crash. Her face went nuclear, her vision blurred. Then she felt it before she saw it. She turned on her heel and went straight for the sink, pressing a towel to her face as if she could hide inside it. Rumi? Her voice came out small, muffled. My nose is bleeding. Not Rumi having a Sanji moment. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mira lost it. She double Mi- Mira lost it. She doubled over, laughing, clutching the counter for balance. Zoe, you talked her into a nosebleed. I didn't mean to. Zoe panicked, rushing over to grab tissues, eyes still wide. I was just demonstrating educational purposes. You gave a hands on lecture, apparently. Rumi groaned, covering her face. Can the ground just swallow me now, please? Zoe blinked between them, still holding the tissues like evidence. So that's a no? Zoe! Both voices in perfect unison. um, it's okay. Your time will come. Just wait for the next chapter. And I take a sip now. Yeah, her brain broke too much that it bled out from her nose. I'm so sorry that you had to see that, Jinu. The soup is a little spicy, right, Rumi? Jinu. I'm sorry, Jinu. Loki just let me sob into my hoodie. Artie, we broke Jinu. I literally just got here. Nick, you got in at a good time. The next chapter must be found so soon, guys. I'm going to have nightmares. I'm so sorry, Jinu. I mean, mental combustion will do that to you. This is like the orange incident all over. Is it? It's just the spamming in the chat. It's a completely different vibe. Good nightmares though. Cool. Cool. Listen. I'm just gonna finish this chapter real quick. Moment, y'all. That was a moment. I'll take note of that. Okay. I'm gonna go. I see. Okay. The food was finally ready, steam curling from the plates as they sat around the table. Tissues stuffed in her nose. The humiliation was complete. She poked at her rice with her chopsticks, pretending that she was definitely not replaying Zoe's entire demonstration in her head like a cursed movie she couldn't turn off. They ate in as much silence as Zoe's muffled giggles would allow. Setting down her chopsticks with a sigh, Mira glanced between them. Both Zoe and Rumi looked up at her, wary. Her gaze flicked back and forth before she continued, deceptively casual. Do you want to, or... Rumi blinked. Do I want to what? Zoe, on the other hand, grinned like she'd been waiting for the follow-up. Artie, that laugh will haunt me. Was it what? Which laugh? Which laugh? Girly. Oh, your evil laugh. This one. Okay, okay. So you sounded like a villain. Okay, guys. um. Okay, y'all. I'm okay. You're just making me laugh more. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Zoe, on the other hand, grinned like she'd been waiting for the follow up. Mira popped a piece of pork into her mouth, speaking around the bite. The thing she asked earlier. That nearly made Rumi choke again. You're bringing that up at the table? Mira only shrugged. It's relevant conversation. Zoe leaned forward, resting her chin on her hand. So? Her heart gave an unhelpful little flutter. Do I do I want to? The question lingered in the air. Rumi's face around her chopsticks. She swallowed hard, her mind flickering back to Zoe's earlier tone, low, steady, confident, and the visual that had single handedly caused her to bleed out like a bad anime trope. That's what I said. Oh, God. She could feel both of them watching her, her face heated up again, pulse quickening. She didn't have much experience with, well, any of this, but the idea of trying new things with them, of trusting them enough to explore that side of herself, didn't sound bad. It sounded terrifying and kind of thrilling. I mean, she began carefully, her voice coming softer than intended. Sure, I guess I'm up for trying new things. The look on Zoe's face made her regret speaking instantly. I won the lottery. Yay! Zoe practically bounced in her seat. Rumi sighed, slumping forward. I can't believe I'm having this conversation with food in front of me. Mira set her judgmental push. That was Zoe. It's like you already planned this. Mid bite, Zoe froze. Was just wondering. Zoe. Mira's tone had that knowing edge to it. The dramatic exhale that Zoe made was almost theatrical. Okay, I brought it. And who's surprised? Who's surprised? Honestly, who's surprised? Not me. Oh God. Here. Gina, look away. Gina, look away. A groan escaped as Mira tipped her head back. Of course you did. What? The protest was immediate. This is technically a vacation. I just thought it might be fun to, when we get there. Mira only hummed amusement. Mm. Zoe glared, pointing her chopsticks at her. Don't look at me like that. Then she leaned her chin on her hand again and smiled. Well, since we're on the topic, she said innocently, what about you, Rumi? Any kinks? Interests? Rumi blinked several times. The words took a full 3 seconds to process. What? No. She shoved a cucumber slice into her mouth just to have something to do. I don't think I have any kinks. I'm looking at I'm looking at Rumi right now. Like, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Mhm. There was a silence, then a quiet snort from Mira. Zoe immediately looked down at her plate. What? Rumi frowned. You sure? Mira asked, voice smooth. Her eyes glinted behind her glasses. Rumi nodded firmly, refusing to be baited. Pretty sure. Zoe let out a slow, exaggerated sigh. Obvious you have a praise kink. Michu, I. Excuse me? Children, look away. Children, what are you doing here? Um, yeah. Mira hummed, adjusting her glasses like a professor confirming a diagnosis. Textbook case. Rumi blinked, staring between them. The realization hit her like a slow motion truck. She swallowed. Huh. Zoe bit her lip, fighting a smile. Welcome to the club! Mira smirked, sipping her tea. You're in good company. Makes sense, I guess. Rumi muttered weakly, staring at her rice like it had just insulted her entire life. Zoe's grin widened. Aw, look at her, realizing things. Don't tease her, Mira said, though she. It's cute. Rumi groaned, hand to her face. Can we please talk about literally anything else? Zoe leaned in, smirking. Only if you let me call you a good girl. Mira, control your girlfriend. Nope, Mira said slightly, sipping her tea. I'm enjoying this. Cheeks burning, wondering how her morning cooking lessons had turned into an accidental sexual awakening. That never happens to you? Your cooking lessons never turn into a sexual awakening? Yeah. No, I am just teasing. I'm teasing y'all. Oh, God. Let me read the notes real quick. Hi, hi. How are we enjoying the fluff so far? I'm enjoying it a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Everyone say thank you, Toss. Everyone say more Artie Lord. No, 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 no. No, I was like truly joking. Nick, I was truly joking. Fluffy ass chapter. Yeah. Thank you, Toss. Missed the silliness between them. Beach episode isn't over yet. Still have another part to it. That's definitely. So stay tuned. Anyways, hope you like this chapter. Don't forget to thank the chef. Thankfully, people haven't been finding random bricks in their soup for a while now. Need to stop adding stuff to them because I completely forgot Zoe had a lip piercing. Toodles. I mean, yeah. Toss has the chef's kiss. No, hell yeah. Now we're gonna do our end of stream shenanigans. I'm gonna go to Toss's Twitter and see. Sorry, my notifications are so funny right now. Okay, going to Toss's. Girl. Girl, shut up. It's so funny. Like, bam. Toss is already down in KPDH history. Who said anything? Remember when you forgot Rumi was bi? I remember that so vividly. I was reading it and I was like, Rumi mentioned she was bi, that she swings both ways, and then you corrected yourself, and it was like, oh yeah, that explains it. Okay, bam. It's so silly. The swinging is crazy. This is so funny. This is like crazy. Just whip it out like bam. Teehee. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Oh hell yeah. Oh, I saw this and didn't read the text, but yeah. Zoe slumped forward, pouting like she'd been personally wronged. She ran a hand through Ruby's short hair. You cut your hair before I could pull your braid like a leash during sex. It's so good. It's so good. And also, they look so cute. I love this. Oh, I saw this. I'm not gonna open. I'm not gonna traumatize myself. I think that's all the fan art from this chapter, right? I think so. Check the, check the what? Check the what? Check the on. Check the what? Check the. Check the what? Oh, never mind. You said you did already. Is it the one with the that opens up to like a long one about chapter 26? I have checked it. Oh, the bathtub. Wait, right. Yeah. I mean, yes, but yeah. I mean, I can open it up, but it's gonna make me sad. It's gonna make me sad. It's gonna make me sad. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it's so good though. It is very, very cute. Like it is. This part is like, oh my god, my heart, and then this part is like, oh my god, my heart. Like, oh my fucking god, this is a work of art. This is so gorgeous. This is yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'm traumatized again. I'm traumatized again. Pain. Pain. Gnarly. Cage, shut up. Cage, shut up. It's adorable. Oh, wait, I'm traumatized. It's not just adorable, but it's so tender. I also love that art style. It's so gorgeous. LMAO, I love when Toss catches me on the TL. It's like a little stamp of approval. Toss loves you guys. Toss loves you guys. Please don't disappear. Gold star for Genu. Yeah. That's the chapter, y'all. And yeah, we're getting. I'm a ghost now. You see me. Now you see me, now you don't. We love Toss. Whip it out like bam! Zoe is so funny. Toss is the best. Thank you, Toss. I'm about to start reading When the Sky Breaks West. Sending you power. I'm gonna continue reading Demo's Werewolf fic because I need to go back. I'm in like the middle of chapter 2 right now because I've been slow and I've been busy and I've been lazy, but I'm gonna go back. So yeah. Anyways, y'all, that's the stream, y'all. We did it. Honmun TV sending me. Kate is busy sending me memes. It's so good. I know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. I just have been. Bleh. It's not for the faint of heart. Yes. No, I like I've already been like about the first chapter, but it's really good. It's like Demo is a really good writer and I'll do anything for her, so I'm gonna say bye to the YouTube stream. Thank you for being here. The YouTube numbers kept going crazy today. But anyways, love you guys. Bye.